I got is high hopes. Do you feel the same? Do you want me, babe? Or is it just a game? 'Cause I got high hopes.
Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday here at the Rag Company. What? What? Oh, man, it can't get any better. Anyway.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, so in case you noticed, something's a little different today. It's because thanks to yesterday's successful experiment, we are simulcasting. So we are actually putting the Q&A Thursday not only out here on YouTube, but also on Facebook.
Who's going to answer those Facebook questions, Dane?
They come in through the same system. They all pool through the same system. It's very nice.
Wow.
It worked yesterday. Let's hope
I hope
it
you guys
works
enjoy that.
today.
Thank you.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Anthony and I have worked tirelessly to get this system up and running for all of you guys.
Pretty sure it wasn't that.
Actually, it's just only the two of us.
Me and you hardwiring things.
Late nights, like cutting holes in the walls.
I was running undercover underground.
Oh, yeah. You were like, it was muddy under there, too.
It was crazy, man.
Yeah. At one point, you were on the roof when it was really windy, and I thought you were going to get struck by
when
lightning.
You're doing 3 miles through the sewer on your hands and knees. It gets tough.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Well, the funny part was, remember when we finished, we were like, wow, guys, it's ready to go. And Gabe and Nick and Tim said, that was us, not you guys. And I thought that was kind of rude.
Yeah.
Considering
basically discrediting everything that we've done.
Right. We said we did this, and they said, no, we have been the ones here working
just weird,
tireless hours.
So like there's a big communication
and we
issue.
said, no, that was us.
Yeah.
And they said, no, it was it was us. And we
So,
said, yes, that's what we're saying.
Dane,
It
I've
is
noticed
us.
that you've pushed the Chips Ahoy to my side of the table.
That's weird.
I already
Dane,
look
thought
like
you
a
were
complete-
big Chip Ahoy fan.
I
Dane,
already
those-
look like a fatty. I don't need help.
Dane, those
So-
are keto friendly.
Hey, these
No,
are,
they are not.
honestly,
The furthest thing
they're
from
the
it.
family size. I can't think of a better cookie to set you on your force to your fitness
Welcome
goals.
to this detailing-centric Q&A, folks. I know it doesn't
One of
feel
my
like
favorite,
it,
it's
but
one of
I
my favorite
promise we
travel
will get
items
there.
to bring along the road with us. Many of our hotels, we end up leaving a family-sized pack of Chips Ahoy.
Almost every single one. So that's what you know the rag company team has been there when you find like leftover snacks and stale gummies inside the drawer next to the Bible. That's the sign that I have been there.
All right.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started
Happy
here.
Thursday, everybody. Hope you
Yeah.
guys enjoyed it. We're excited. If you hadn't caught yesterday's live stream, please
Check it
get
out.
back on there and check it out. Look at that. Alex Dewar with the logo of his car parked on top of a gauntlet. Beautiful.
Is that really
great
what
stuff.
that is?
I love the
I don't know
Photoshop.
about that.
Looks great, bud. Saying happy Thursday. Yesterday's live stream was great. Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend to all my fellow Canadians. Stay awesome, TRC. Well, hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving in Canada to
Shout
all of our
out.
Canadian friends. Eh?
Is it Thanksgiving over there?
I guess so.
Today?
Well,
This
yeah,
weekend.
They,
That's what
they
it
operate
says.
on a different timetable.
His comment says.
What is that?
this
What does a
weekend.
Canadian Thanksgiving look like?
Very similar to an American Thanksgiving.
Ah,
a lot of
except with
turkey.
more maple syrup, though, I would assume.
Probably instead of gravy.
Yeah.
Or
One would
poutine. No,
assume.
they got French Canada. It's got the gravy and the fries.
The poutine.
So they do
poutine.
gravy and potatoes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually never had like a true Canadian poutine before.
You know, it's
They
it's,
sell
it's
it
like
at
a
Boise
thing
Fry
that they're-
Company.
If you
You
go
can
out
pick it
there,
up.
it's going to sound weird. My great aunt up there, she insisted on going to A&W to get poutine there, and it was actually pretty good. I gotta say, which is
Dane, I love A&W.
Canadians.
They make great root
but
beer
I mean,
floats.
like
They do.
normally I would think go to a nicer place to get it,
Well,
but no,
one
they're
of the
just like
things
no,
that
go to the A&W.
Dane, you got to
get
remember,
poutine.
chain restaurants are really great at making sure they can replicate delicious flavors and tastes
I have to.
wherever you're at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's one
you
of
know
the
what?
things that they're
You know
really
what
good
happens when you replicate something and you make it homogeneous across the whole board?
at.
and
Tastes
you're
the
able to
same
replicate-
wherever you go. So when
No.
you're longing for home, go into Cracker Barrel when you live in, when you're back east or
You
something.
end up with reliable
Makes you feel
mediocrity.
like-
Moving on.
makes like you
Okay,
feel like
so
you're
we've
over off
got
the Overland.
JD here saying, "Hey TRC crew, pumped to receive my IK sprayers. With that being said, can you go over a short list of products that go in regular versus HC? For example, brake buster, SiO2 sprays, APC degreasers, etc."
Absolutely. So we've gotten a lot of questions about this, specifically about literally about this exact question here.
Yes.
So here's the short, right? Basically, the TR multi-sprayer, the black trigger sprayer, the black version, that is going to accept everything. Everything from acids, it's going to accept alkaline up to a certain degree, but that's going to be kind of your overall everything sprayer, right? And that's why we bought so many of the black multi-TRs, because those are going to be the most used, right? So the HC, the hydrocarbon, that is going to be for anything that is going to be heavily solvent-based, or anything that is basically
Higher
is higher pH or derived from a hydrocarbon, right? So that means like gasoline, that means kerosene, that means like anything like that could technically be stored
So
in the
let's say you're using
hydrocarbon.
those blue hexane-based tire dressings, right?
Yeah.
A lot of detailers still use that type of dressing.
Yeah.
We would recommend you use the HC design bottles.
Yeah, and so, like for example, so sometimes I'll use kerosene to clean my motorcycle chain, right? Works really, really well at degreasing. I could store kerosene.
Sometimes I like to squirt kerosene at people.
Honestly, yeah, get your fire started, right? Shoot a
Yeah.
couple shots of that in there
yeah.
just to get things kind of going, right?
Yeah.
I like it. And so high volume spray. So basically, that's your main difference,
Please
right?
don't put that and
Don't
light it
actually-
on
no,
fire.
don't do
We're
that.
just joking.
No.
So
It's just
the
jokes.
other thing we've gotten questions on, or Anthony, can I put everyday detailing products? Can I put like a detail spray? Could I put rinseless wash? Could I
Yes.
put that in the hydrocarbon bottle? Absolutely.
It's a sprayer
absolutely.
at the end of the
It's
day,
gonna- it's
yeah.
a sprayer. It's going to be able to handle that just fine. It's just that the actual seals and the plastic and everything like that was meant to withstand a hydrocarbon. So with that said, you can bounce back and forth between the two, but anything acid-based, anything alkaline-based, anything that is a heavy-duty degreaser, anything like that, just throw that in the black multi-TR and just kind of be done with it.
Yep.
Yep, that's a fair assessment. All right. Moving
Car
along
detailing by
here.
Pat Inc. Using the leather cleaning and conditioning kit from Colorlock. can I top that off with the elephant leather preserver? No.
Don't do
No,
it.
don't.
You don't need to.
Don't,
The
Pat.
elephant leather preserver is exclusively for very old leather. We're talking
Basically, you need to soften
like
the
70s
old
and
leather.
80s Mercedes,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Think about like
Parchment paper.
Yeah. You want to use it.
Not
so
really.
it's got to be old.
Here's the deal. So let's say you get a customer's car and the steering wheel is very dry, right? You've cleaned it up. It's still very dry. Elephant leather preserver is great for that. You can wipe it down on it, get it on there, use very little. I mean, just a touch on your finger will go a long ways to get that whole steering wheel looking sharp. That's okay because that'll make it soft and supple again. It gives it a little, but it doesn't leave it greasy. Like on the sides of bolsters and stuff on hard leather that is dried and cracked and probably wasn't taken care of, use that to soften the leather. That's its job. So it really depends on the leather that you're using it on. If it's normal leather, like let's say Anthony's Dodge Ram 1500,
Vinyl leather. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you could probably
Laser.
use it to soften it up,
Probably
but
could.
it wasn't dried out enough that it would need it right now.
No, it wasn't at all.
So that's something you really got to inspect the leather on the vehicle. So
The Leza.
the leather.
Yeah.
Fire the laser.
Okay, I agree. All right, so we got Future Prison coming in hot, saying good morning, TRC crew.
Good morning
And
from
then
Australia.
following that, we got Hans closing says, yay, TRC 2 days in a row.
Nice.
That was
Nice.
pretty fun yesterday, wasn't it?
We're spoiling you,
We
Hans.
want to do that some more, so let us know if you guys liked it, and if you haven't watched it yet, check it out after this and report back. Let us
We just want to
know.
have some fun.
Yeah. All
Is
right.
tar remover something where I need the IKHC trigger sprayer, or would I still use the standard bottle,
Like
says
we just
Riley
said.
Scheckler. Yes.
Yeah, I would go
Tar
probably the
remover would be
hydrocarbon.
perfect for the hydrocarbon bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tug Bankert, I need leather refresh other than black from Colorlock. I messaged them on the USA website and gave them the necessary info. It has been over a week and have not heard back. Is there a better way to connect? Yes, Tug. Ram at Colorlock. RAM at COLOURLOCK.co.uk. Perfect.
Yeah.
That'll get you a hold
you
of Ram.
to him directly.
And if not, you can find him on Facebook. You can find him on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger. He's very active on there.
Yeah.
So make sure you reach out to him. You got to remember one thing though: the UK is going into lockdown as of today.
Really, what happened?
What do you
Corona.
think?
Dang it. Again?
So they are
Back
asking
with a
It's going to
vengeance.
keep happening.
They are asking folks to lock down for the next 2 weeks. So Bram is trying to figure out what they can do in their space and all that kind of stuff. So, and I'm sure Lars will pop in here as well. Lars is based in Germany and he's the owner of the company. And he'll probably reach out to Ram and say, hey, check that out. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, normally what you do is you'd go in and you'd give them all their info. They would mix up a bottle and then they would send you a bottle of the actual colored leather refresh. So, all right, cool.
Okay.
Bait addict. Sup, Levi Bates. Anthony, I don't know who all day Anthony Fisher, and the legendary Dane Jaganoff Hennen.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Believe
Sup,
it's
Maters?
it's Dane Stone Hennen is
Dane
what
Stone
it is.
Hennen.
Let's go with Stone.
Yeah.
Mike Spina, hey, TRC crew, happy to be here on a Thursday afternoon with you guys. Thanks, Mike.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. Anthony,
Yes. Oh, yeah, just a little bit of DP, right? Just
this
to
is
get-
empty.
Wow.
You know what I would like?
What's
Hold
that?
on a second. Hold on a second. We're
Let's
gonna
go ahead
stop.
and move over.
I need you to get out of the way there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the New Air Pepsi throwback fridge has been fully stocked with beverages.
Stocked. Amazing, man.
What do we got on the top there, Anthony?
Thanks for asking, Levi. So today we have an assortment of Iron Brew.
What?
Right? Original Iron Brew with full sugar. This
From
is
Glasgow, Scotland.
From Glasgow. This is a
Who
high-powered
sent that to
sugar
us?
drink, right? From the one and only Dan Digma.
Oh my gosh, Dan Digman. No,
Thank you.
Dan
Big,
Digna.
big,
He's the man.
For us.
So,
Alkaline top hat to the rescue.
So following that, right, we have some other fantastic things in here. We have Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. We have Diet
very-
Pepsi.
oh.
We have Pepsi Max Zero Sugar.
Very nice.
Because we like full flavor without all the calories.
Right.
And
That's
then
what I have in
following
here.
that,
Dane- one of Dane's
we
favorites.
have 2 bang new flavors, right, that have yet to be released.
What?
And those
What?
are Bang crisp apple, and bang, radical skedaddle.
Oh, that just sounds dangerous.
Just
Where did we
crazy.
get those bangs from?
We got these from Pepsi themselves.
Shut up!
So, wow.
What? It actually happened?
As a close to official Pepsi partner, we have
are
the
fingers
inside
crossed.
scoop on Pepsi products. Wow.
So close to the finish line with our friends at Pepsi.
What more could we want? Seriously.
Couldn't believe it. But
Life's,
today,
life's
that
good.
was a beautiful thing. I feel like we need to take a picture of that for Instagram story or something.
I think
mean,
so
it's
as well.
one
What
time
can
we
I
got
grab
that
you
much stuff.
today, Levi?
I'm thinking, Q&A, I want to be ready. I want to be
Alert,
able to
yeah.
pop off,
Yeah.
be able to talk and be witty.
Well, if
and
you want to
hot.
pop off, I think I know what you need to get.
Give me one of them iron brews.
Oh,
You got
wow,
it.
that's not where I saw that
Let's
going.
get you ready here.
Yeah.
So, and for this, we'll
Ooh,
be grabbing
frosty cold and everything.
one bottle, 100 calories per bottle. And this comes in, I believe, 12 ounces is what the size of this bottle is. Not quite 16, but man. Oh, actually, it is 16.9. I'm a liar. Here you
Iron
go.
brew
Enjoy.
gets you through. ladies
Fair
and
warning,
gentlemen.
if you're not familiar with
So-
Iron Brew, the sugar content will blow your mind. Look out for that.
It's not super bad, dude. What I like to think is that Iron Brew, it gets people through the seasonal depression that Scotland has. Because it is so gloomy over there, a couple swigs of this is going to brighten your mood and put you
Okay, I don't know if
a little
that's
pep
true,
in your
but-
step. I believe so. Let's get started. So getting back into this, we
Okay,
have...
so Levi's going to answer this next one
Oh,
here.
again,
Let's
that's a
see.
good one.
Whoa, we got quite a few here. Moving up the
All
line.
right, Patrick Mooney saying bonjour. He's been a while for me. What's up, dude? Busy summer. All right,
Yeah.
$9.99 from Carissa
Oh,
Thomas. Thank you. All right, great advice on this soft dirt by plastic. I was worried for nothing. Thanks for the confidence. What about Uno Protect on it to finish? Carissa, great. Yes, you could use Uno Protect on those dirt by plastics and not have any issues at all. So I think that's a great option. Go for it. Knock it out. Good job.
Did she ask that on the last Q&A or yesterday's live?
Last Q&A, we talked
Okay,
about it.
that's
yeah,
right.
she
Okay.
actually put it into effect and was able to get it to work well.
Good,
so
good.
Super stoked for her.
Okay, we got
Thank you
Philip.
for the super chat. We really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. Philip Van Boeven, what is your feelings on the following? A dark car, direct sunlight. First, spraying PNS's bead maker on the panel. Then, O&R UBS wash and dry. Bead maker is difficult to use when on a hot surface. I don't know. I've never tried it. Honestly, I've never tried hot surface, bead maker, then O&R UBS wash and dry.
So he's doing it kind of
So he's
backwards.
going to back it up because he wants to try and beat the heat, so to speak.
True.
But putting bead maker, I'm assuming, okay, so is the car clean, dirty? Because you're doing the cleaning afterwards? That's a little...
Yeah.
I don't know about
He's hoping
that.
to create glide with that bead maker is what he's hoping to do.
Okay,
I don't know,
all
dude.
combined,
I will
that
say
is-
none of us have an option on that or know
Yeah.
anything about it. So try it and see what happens and then report back.
It might not scratch. It might. Couldn't say for sure. You'd have to try for yourself. Do it on something you're willing to accept if you
Well, he's
accidentally
only
scratch
spraying
it.
the bead. So remember, you got to do a panel at a time because when it's
Yeah.
even bead maker, when it's hot, it'll start to stain the panel
Yeah, I'd be leery about that.
in the sense that the sealants will bond and that's what will stay on the surface. So you're going to have to go fast. Bead maker,
Okay.
O&R, like right after that. But it may not even work because the bead maker doesn't have time to bond.
All right, we got Hansi.
You guys see that SEMA quality truck 88 posted about Mike Spina? I did. That's a beautiful build.
That was.
did.
I hope we
something.
get it. I hope we get
Crazy
to
that he
see
just
that.
got the same Dodge Ram that I got.
Could you imagine that? We're like
Nuts,
walking
man.
around SEMA and it's like sitting there.
I'd be nuts. I'd be so.
It only costs like $1,200 when
So did
normal.
mine. That
no, I
was
mean like
crazy.
the SEMA booth space. It
Costs
only
more than
costs
the
like
truck, pretty much,
$1,200
yeah.
bucks. Yeah, that'd be pretty great. We
Noted.
could see
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I'm going to tell Riley this one. So Riley asks, Coach Camby, Motorplast, any undesirable looks or effects on carbon fiber in the engine bay? You know what? As far as Motorplast is concerned, it definitely works on all of your traditional, engine cover type plastics. As far as carbon fiber, I'm assuming it has some kind of clear coat or something over it. In your guys' experience, does Motorplast work on top of those kinds of surfaces?
I don't see why it wouldn't. I think the only difference that would be that most carbon fiber in an engine bay it typically has a glossy finish. Some of it has a flatter finish. So it just depends. I mean, I'd say if it has a flatter finish, spray Motorplast on it. If it has a glossy finish, I'd probably
Wipe it
wipe that
off.
area and wipe it off.
I don't think it's going to hurt anything if
It would
that's
still
what you're
coat
worried
it.
about.
It's just
Yeah.
that coating is meant to be a coating for hard plastics and black plastics, not necessarily something that's meant to be a shiny show thing.
Kind of like how trim restores only work on like the actual trim and not other stuff. So,
True that, Dane.
yeah. Any rate, moving along here. Whoa, we kind of jumped around. Let's go back to the top of the other page here. We've got Bit Addict weighing in, letting us know about their Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving
in Canada.
is this Monday. No difference to an American Thanksgiving. No maple syrup, no poutine, all no. Literally exact same thing, just a month early. Oh, very nice.
They just had to be first.
That
It's more like 6 weeks early.
But why though?
Because that's the way to do
What do they
things.
got in? What do they got in November? Nothing.
Yeah. Same thing. We don't
Just-
have anything in October.
We do. We have Halloween.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
everywhere.
All right, so
Yeah,
we've
but,
got
you know,
another.
It's primarily our thing, though.
I don't
It
think
came
it-
from the
I'm going to
US.
keep going on the comments. All
It was
right.
founded in
No.
Salem
No, it didn't.
in the early
No.
1700s.
No, it's not
No?
true.
Okay, what's
Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so
What is
we've
the
got
history of Halloween?
Ashley
It's called
Arnold
All
here
Hallows
asking.
Eve. Totally different.
yeah? Where did it start?
Probably
Newbie
Latin
here,
America.
can you give
That's
me
my
a
guess.
quick rundown on different towels? Drawing versus glass versus interior. Yes, Thanksgiving Day is on Monday for us.
Ashley, welcome to the show. Thanks
Yes.
for being a part of this. Hopefully you're enjoying our banter and our silliness. But biggest thing, rundown between different towels. Drying towels, usually larger, more absorbent weaves designed to dry the car faster and quicker than, say, a normal standard microfiber towel.
Very true.
Now, glass towels. The reason we create glass-specific weaves is because microfiber towels and that terry weave don't always work the best when in terms of gliding across the surface of a glass. Glass's surface is a different surface tension than clear coat or plastics or things of that nature. So therefore, it has a tendency to break microfiber on a microscopic level, thereby leaving a lot of lint behind. So we create lint-free, tighter weave towels designed specifically for glass use. This way you get a streak-free shine, and it's a far more efficient way to clean your glass than with a standard terry towel. Now, interior towels. That's where terry towel shines. Any of our interior towels, 245 specifically, are a great towel for interior cleaning and scrubbing because you can get them dirty, they're inexpensive, they're easy to go through, you don't have to worry. So that's kind of the breakdown as to why, yes, a 365 or a Drago, one of those towels, or a Creature, one of those will work great on all the surfaces. However, each one is very unique. The more you get into detailing and the more you get into using different towels. Think of it like a tool chest and think of it like a toolbox. You've got screwdrivers, you've got hammers, you've got wrenches. Everything is designed to work the right way. Yes, you could use a pair of pliers to take a bolt off, but if you had the proper wrench for it, it would just go that much easier. So think of it kind of like that.
Yeah,
So-
like a nut busting torque wrench. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
I was
like
really
that.
worried where
Nut-
that was going to go.
You want to have enough torque.
Absolutely.
So, point is, that's what they're all for. So, and then Ashley, back at it. You have no idea what you're missing for great poutine. Ashley, I assume you're talking about the A&W poutine and how
Wow.
delicious it is.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Next to their chili dogs, you can't go wrong.
and root beer floats.
Yeah.
so 1 a.m. here saying,
One in the
what's
morning."
going on, TRC crew? How would you go about cleaning foot pedals? Well, the only pedals in the pedal box are foot pedals unless you've got
Yes,
something else
so-
going on.
My
Perhaps
way of cleaning
hand
them
controls.
is I like spraying them down with some Express interior cleaner and then hitting them with the black tire brush, honestly.
Yeah.
Bristles
Yeah.
are a lot softer, so
Gets
I'm able to
in the
actually
grooves.
scrub into the grooves.
Yeah.
And then I usually use air to blow all that out and then a vacuum to clean up the carpet underneath. How about you?
Sorry. I was like, when you said that, I started thinking like, what are wrong answers only, right? I'm like,
this
an
is not that kind of
extremely
forum.
slick water-based dressing, right?
know.
That is
Just soak them and shine
Just-
them.
If anybody
so
forgot
good.
about the whole floor mat controversy like
Yeah.
a decade ago, with like, oh man, that was bad.
no, I'm on the same page. Your favorite interior cleaner, something that kind of foams up and lathers up. I basically spray it into the pedal itself, right? I'll typically hold like a little like a Tupperware thing. You know what I'm saying? Something underneath.
Oh, you like a little catch can.
Like a little catch can, right? And so I'll basically spray the pedal, catch any runoff into the catch can, and then I'll take one of my stiff bristle brushes and just start working the pedals. And as long as they come out clean, I remove all the residual dirt and stuff like that, I'm happy.
Nice.
I typically don't have to go for perfect
Okay.
because the second you get back in it, pedals gonna get dirty again.
Yeah. All right.
Boom. There we
Keith
go.
Broad. I love your videos covering Optimum products. Are there huge notable differences in the OptiCoat line of products over the original? Have any of you changed from O&R to OptiCoat no rinse?
Great question.
No. The answer is the OptiCoat line is designed to work in conjunction with OptiCoat. That's the main reason for it. Also, you can only purchase it either through Optimum's website or through a licensed Optimum dealer, like
And those are the
OptiCoat
installers.
installer. Yes. So that's really the only way to get it. And it was designed to create a revenue stream for the installer so that they could be the only people to carry that type of product. So here at the Rag Company, we've had to reach out to some of those guys to buy products from them, to play with them, to just see. But some people love the Gold O&R,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
OptiCoat
might be
O&R.
O&R,
They really like that. Some of them really like the OptiCoat soap and the sealant that the
Hyperseal.
Hyperseal.
Yeah.
So there are some ones that stand out above the others, but O&R is one of our favorites and one that we use a lot of.
Yeah.
So.
The original. Still use it for virtually everything. All right. Then we got Terry here.
Best tar remover. Hi all. What is the best tar remover in your opinion, or do all brands do much of the same? No. So all the brands, tar removers are uniquely and chemically different. Some companies like to use citrus degreasers. Other companies like to use actual hydrocarbons. Some companies like to use certain solvents. There's all kinds of different versions of that. I will say WOWO's tar and glue remover right now is one of our favorite tar removers on the market because it doesn't smell too bad. It does have a solvent scent, but it doesn't stink. I've used tar removers like Tarex and things of that nature in my shop, and I will say that they will make the shop smell for quite a while, and it's hard to get that scent out, where one of the things I like about the WOWO's tar and glue remover is I don't have that issue.
Yeah.
So what about you, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page. I mean, I've used a handful of different tar glue removers, and I've used ones that weren't necessarily even meant for detailing, but I just used them anyways, right? And so we've all experimented with goof off. I'd say that you haven't really made a bad decision until you've taken some goof off, not goo gone, but goof off to some areas on paint which it was not necessarily designed for. And so I've messed with that stuff, but for example, the tar and glue remover from WOWO is fantastic, and then Koch Chemie has a tar and glue remover that apparently is just as good, and we need to experiment more with it as we have a bottle outside there. So, yeah. Next question here we have G. Davis. Question for me, it says, scent question for Anthony. Is a scent developed for the specific chemical makeup of a product, or can that scent be used in any product and smell the same? Thank you.
That's a great question.
Great
G,
question,
wow.
G.
G coming in with a real question. That's
Real one.
amazing.
Well,
so,
all of his questions are real questions.
yeah.
It's just a degree of how serious they are.
Yeah.
I think they're all serious, Dane. Everything's
Well.
serious. So good question. I mean, from what I've learned from talking to Dave, from talking to Fraser, and from talking to a lot of different chemists when it comes to kind of adding a scent to a chemical, is that sometimes the chemical itself will have its own scent. And it's not typically a good scent, it's a chemical scent, right? So the idea is to mask that scent, right? Or use something that is going to be complementary of that scent to basically just have the end result of something being pleasing or pleasant that people don't mind. And I think that when most chemists are trying to add a scent to a product, I think most of the time they're not thinking, wow, this is going to be the most amazing smelling chemical ever. I think they're saying, let's mask this chemical, let's make it smell pleasant, and sometimes it surpasses their expectations, and some people have different preferences on what smells good and what doesn't. So, for example, let's take Bead Maker, right? The core of Bead Maker has its own scent. Let's just say we strip the summery drink scent and we strip the mango scent that it currently has, it would have its own scent. Now, when we add the mango, we add the summery drink scent, and you smell both of those, there is a hint of something that is very similar in that, right?
Correct.
And you can smell that similarity between the two, even though maybe that top note or that mid note or whatever it is might be different, right? It still smells like Bead Maker at its core. So that's kind of the thing. I mean, I would say that most of the time, You can add a scent to a new chemical or a different chemical. Maybe you just add a scent to a soap, a glass cleaner, a APC, a wheel cleaner. It's going to smell different in every single one of those. It's not going to smell the same at all. So that's why some people it'll change from being like, this smells like mango to this smells like rotten sulfur mangoes, right?
Yeah, like your iron
because
removers
we've added
are
it
going
to
to
an
be
iron remover.
more sulfury, and then it's just a matter of how well you can mask or taper that back without ruining the effectiveness of the
Well,
product.
and then the other thing is like in terms of like a glass cleaner. Glass cleaners uniquely always smell like whatever their main
Alcohol,
ingredient is, whether it's ammonia, whether it's alcohol. And one of the things that we really liked, like the Woa's glass cleaner, and we were like, oh, that, because it didn't smell like ammonium or alcohol. And that's because it had neither of those in it. And we said, ooh, can we scent it then? And Fraser had told us, he's like, no, you can't put a scent in that,
Oh, that's
because
right, you can't.
what we do is we add an oil into it. And once we do that, it changes the fact that it's no longer a glass cleaner.
it makes it not effective.
It makes it
what
not
it's meant to
effective at
do.
cleaning glass, because now we've added a oil to it because of the way the scent is.
Well,
because it needs to be able to bond.
And from what I remember, a quick detailer is easy to scent. A soap is easy to scent. I believe that even like a what's it called? Like a dressing is relatively easy to scent. But
on the makeup of it,
but
yeah.
hard things that are hard to scent, or anything that have like a solvent in it. So a lot of times a leather conditioner that has a solvent is pretty hard to scent, other than just adding a leather scent,
Which always
because-
ends up smelling way too strong.
Yeah, you get like a solvent smell. Typically, like sprays, like sealant sprays, are typically harder to scent because sometimes it can react with, if there's resins in it, if there's like a polymer in it that doesn't like the scent, that can react negatively. But there's certain chemicals.
Carnauba waxes, paste waxes are easy to
Yeah,
scent.
Carnauba paste waxes are extremely easy to scent because I mean basically you're making a candle at that point, and so you can add in your own scents and oils, and it doesn't affect the characteristics of the wax at all. So you can go down a list of all the things that are easy to scent, but there's a lot of things that are harder to scent. Most people will try not to scent will try not to add a scent to a glass cleaner because of the alcohols. Most of the time in a glass cleaner, the alcohol will strip and dissolve the scent with time, so the scent isn't as stable as you would think it would be. And also in a wheel cleaner, because in a wheel cleaner you have some pretty heavy degreasers and you have some heavy duty degreasing properties. Those will eventually eat through the scent. And that scent will not be stable for a long period of time. So hence why maybe some wheel cleaners smell really good out of the bottle, and then a couple months to a year later they just smell like a wheel cleaner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Hopefully that's helpful.
Yeah. No. Excellent. There you go.
Scotty Weaver, if the trigger sprayer fails in the IK sprayer, can I replace it with a standard 32-ounce
can.
sprayer? Yes.
It should go right on there due to the threading. Okay. Bait Addict, 1 cap of GSF and 1 cap of Brake Buster in a washing machine with ONR? No, don't
Well,
do that.
ONR is going to negate the GSF and the brake buster, hopefully.
Just, guys, for people who don't know, just don't do that.
Yeah.
Hans Golden says next Wednesday is yard work at Casa La Dane.
Unless the snow hits.
Wow. I can't wait. I told Dane that I'm going to use his machete.
I have a machete. I can bring one.
Do you have
too.
a machete?
Yeah.
I have a really nice brand new machete.
Do you really?
I have 2
So
machetes.
I say we
Is
get
it a
in there.
Gerber, Dane? What is it?
A Fisker.
Nice.
A Fisker. Nice name brand.
Spend some good money on that
It's
machete.
better than the
It
stuff.
wasn't-
It's better than the
wasn't
stuff
the
that I
cheapest.
ordered off of Wish. If you're taking
Yeah, those are table knives.
Those are table knives. I really don't know what I'm getting. I'm excited. Well, maybe I'll do my live unboxing here.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Jason here. Hey, gang. Would you top Halo C4 or C5 with EXO?
You could, if you wanted to. You don't need to, though.
I don't need to.
With the C4, if you're doing the car, so let's say you do the trim with C4 and you're doing the vehicle in something else, yeah, top everything with EXO. We've done that. It's easy. It's simple. Halo, when we did the Suburban, we only did Halo. I'd like to top it with EXO next, just because. And then C5, we've just topped with C5, or just done C5. We've never topped the wheels with EXO.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but you
Okay.
could.
Following up with Mr. G Technic over
Vigor
here.
Auto Detail and saying, yo guys, headed out to meet up with Chris and Eric of G Technic. Oh, my phone's ringing.
Hey, Joe.
For Crown Rally South. Very nice. Buddy.
Yeah.
Really
that should be
excited.
fun. We talked a bit about that with Chris on the live yesterday.
That'll be cool. We're jealous of you because we wish we could have gone to all this cool
Oh,
stuff.
no, it seems like it'd be fun. All right. Stocked from yesterday's delivery, Iron Brew says, Bait Addict.
So the Iron Brew came from Alkaline Top Hat Dan Digna. So
Digna, yeah.
very excited to have that. And then the Bangs came straight from Pepsi. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah. All right. Here's one from Facebook from Steve.
Can I use a buffer with paste wax? And nothing better than getting a box of goodies from TRC today from UPS, from Steve Spencer.
Nice.
So, yes, you can. I'd recommend slow speed, black foam, so soft foam pad, slow speed on a dual action short throw polisher. Totally fine. If it fits in the can, it's even better.
Like a really fine finishing pad kind of thing.
And then just, put it on and then just and
Take it like
Wax
like
spreader.
you're waxing a board, right?
Yeah.
You grab that, grip that thing, take that on the pad.
I mean,
rub that
actually,
on
if you
there.
got a snowboard or skis, you feasibly
you could do that
the
too.
same
But
thing
yeah,
if you really
just,
felt like it.
But then just polish the car with that.
Yeah.
Put that wax on. Slow speed, you're not really polishing. You're just, lightly applying that wax.
Well,
But yeah, you could do that.
Fun fact
We used to
that-
do it. We used to do it. That's how we did stuff like that for years. So
did we or did we not do that at this year's Serum Summit at the beginning of the year? Eric found a skateboard with no trucks on it, and then he started waxing it up.
I waxed it.
You waxed it, okay.
In theory, it was good.
It was a good idea
snow was
until
too
you
sticky.
actually tried
Snow
to
was way
execute
too
the idea, and
sticky.
it didn't work
And
out.
we were too heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too
Didn't
small
work
of a
out.
board too.
It's a very small board.
Has Luke been there? I see Mountain Dew. Haha, Hans, this is the Luke Berge free version, which is Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Luke's all about the real sugar.
That's true. All right.
All right, JD, thanks, guys. Appreciate the response.
No
Riley
problem.
S., you mentioned using G-Technic C0 Aero Coat on bare carbon fiber. What are some other applications where I'd use this instead of choosing C1 or CSL on all your carbon?
Basically, if you have an aerodynamic component on your vehicle, that's kind of the part
Yeah.
where you put it.
So
Carbon is the one
so
that's
like
going to
Anthony,
benefit the most. from it.
What kind of aero do you have on that Evo?
Well.
What kind of arrow do I not have on that Evo?
Oh.
Am I right? I have like a carbon spoiler.
Perfect. Goes right there. What kind of
it.
aero
Got
do you
any
have on the
kinda-
Civic?
Oh.
I have a carbon gurney flap.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect spot for that.
What
Dane,
carb-
what kind of
wait,
arrow
wait,
do you
wait,
have
wait,
on the Jag?
Wait, I feel offended because
Oh.
you didn't ask what kind of arrow I have on
What
the
kind
Dodge
of arrow
Ram
do you got on the
1500.
Dodge Ram 1500?
Oh, I have a lower valence.
Ooh, very nice. So, yeah, you could use
Nice gray
C0
plastic.
on all those things. Dane, what kind of arrow do you have on the Jag?
Ducktail spoiler.
Okay, very perfect.
Yep.
So, technically, you could put it on any area in which you need the air to move a little faster. You don't have to technically use it for carbon.
You put on the
but
entire
most-
Elantra because of how
I
much
did.
arrows
Oh, I
on
did. I
there.
put the whole car as aerodynamic.
Wow.
That's why
So,
I did that. I've
to
got dry
kind of-
carbon on the front.
To kind of educate a little bit, C0 Aero Coat specifically was designed, actually, it gets used on race cars, Le Mans prototypes, stuff like that. And it just makes them slipperier through the air. So that's kind of the appeal. Other coatings obviously are meant for hydrophobics and stuff, but this one actually helps with aerodynamics.
Yep.
So, yeah, small differences, but unless you're driving on the track, you probably won't notice.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we've got Odd Gamer.
Odd Gamer, I have a problem, especially in my country. We don't have a lot of equipment to do detailing business. How can we solve this?
Ooh, that's a big
I
question.
don't know what country you're in. Otherwise, we'd be able to reach out and tell you who to go see. So,
Yeah, please clarify, and then we can see if we can help you
Yeah.
out.
Veteran detail, Patty in the house from our buddy in American Fork, Utah. Your new space looks awesome, and now it's all up and running. I need to visit in the new year. Yes, Patty would love to have you. You're always welcome to stop by. Dane, is that Jaguar XKR still getting some love?
I drive it virtually every day.
He's got new wheels on it too, Patty.
I love it. I
getting-
love it so much.
It's been getting a ton of love. People have
Love
been
it.
stopping by asking to see if they could check it out, wondering who owns it.
Yeah.
People ask all the time. They
They
say
wanna know.
They say who owns this thing.
And then we say Dane, and they go, "Oh, isn't he the owner's son?"
And we say,
And we go,
yeah.
yeah, actually he is.
He is the owner's son.
Great
Yeah, pretty
memory.
funny. And then they look at me and they say, well, what do you drive? And I say,
That
well,
actually
I
happened.
say, well, this is my Dodge Ram 1500
you
right
did
here.
And then they
And
look
I
at me and go,
cringed
what do you
so
drive? And I go,
hard.
well, this is my 2006 Hyundai Elantra.
And we're like, I see how it's run around here.
It's not like that. It's not like that. People look at it and they assume it's very expensive. It's like, at one time it was, but there's this thing. It's called depreciation.
This is cheaper than a new Honda Civic.
I know.
Sure.
It's so funny. Like I walk around with like that guilt just weighing me down all the
Yeah.
time. Somebody
You
says,
should.
"Hey, nice car." The
You
first thing out of
should.
my mouth is, "It's not as expensive as it looks."
We told you that before
Every
you bought
time.
that. This is
But
going to change
I knew that was going to be
the
a
perception
thing,
of you.
But I thought it was like understated good looks. It wasn't like super
So
flashy
your
or anything.
Your lowered Volvo wagon
That was flashy.
perfect.
That was
but it
bright red.
Right, but it was perfect because if someone saw you, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool, yeah, it's just a little Volvo
It
wagon."
sounded exotic.
Yeah,
The
But
Montero
the
was
5-cylinder.
perfect.
the Montero was
It was a lot of things. Perfect
that was,
is not one
that
I
was
would
more
say.
of a
it was.
headache than anything else
It
for Dane.
was. Dangerous would be another word for it. Oh boy.
Remember when we almost flipped it? We literally
truck.
just turned a corner at 22 miles an hour, and we
with
were
a full
almost on
crew
the top.
inside, it's like nope.
I remember during a shoot, the tire literally went flat in about 20 minutes.
So if you've never seen that, go back and watch our disaster Montero videos because boy, that lives up to the name. Any rate, let's move on
Feels
to the
good to laugh.
questions.
Mike Filer, ATRC, that was great yesterday. So could I use the last cut for a one-step before ceramic coating? Yes, totally. Go for it.
Absolutely.
Sweet meteor of death. What is your favorite product method to strip sealant or wax before polishing? After claying with O&R, would you wash with O&R again or just wipe dry and then get to polishing? Thanks. Any type of paint prep works fine. So that's literally it, or alcohol and water.
Okay.
CJ Byrne, have you guys tried out the Colorlock steering wheel kit? Just an unbelievable product that works really well. I have. I actually went to the junkyard and pulled 2 steering wheels off of a car with Anthony and Dane's help, and then did 50/50s on those steering wheels.
Amazing.
And the product videos on how to do it. I mean, it's
Fantastic.
if my steering wheel wasn't so nice, I would do it already. So, really great stuff.
Yeah. We got Alex again.
No Photoshop on the gauntlet. It's a sunrise on an airstrip prior to our car club's drag race. Canadians are particular about poutine. I've yet to fall in absolute love with one. There you
picky
go.
man.
Nice. Thanks, Alec.
Our
Hector,
good friend.
what's up?
Scoop.
Hey, all. Last week I asked if an Elantra or Tucson could be a good car to lend to my customers. Anthony said that for $10K, I could get both, but I ended up buying a 2018 Hyundai Kona Turbo Ultimate.
Holy
Nice.
smokes.
Nice.
Right?
Oh, the
Wow.
Kona. Kona's a funky, cool little SUV
pretty
That's
Yeah.
crazy,
crossover.
man,
yeah.
because that right there, that is a high-performance machine.
It's
Well,
turbo.
Right? It is a turbocharged vehicle, right? The thing is that when we typically drive around in the Elantra, right, we like to make sounds like to where there's like an open wastegate,
we pretend
right?
that we have sounds like that.
Typically, like we'll make like an anti-lag sound when we're driving
Remember
around.
when Nate did it the whole time we were driving?
Yeah, so
was
we'll do
great.
like anti-lag. We'll time the shifts with the automatic transmission on when to like make the blow-off valve sound with their
feels
mouth.
fun when we can
Right?
do that.
And that turbo Kona right there, don't even need to do that. It does it
No,
for
it
you.
actually comes equipped
Yeah.
with those sounds. So
Yeah, just cut a couple holes in that airbox so it can breathe, and you'll be good to go.
nice. I like that idea. All right, Keith Broad.
Bam.
Can O&R be used on matte paint? If not, what is the preferred method?
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely can be used.
Go
on
for
that.
it.
O&R can
Use
be
it.
used on
Yeah, not gonna
anything.
hurt it.
Now, I will say, just in case he's thinking O&R wash and wax that has the wax in it, are you talking about the green or the blue? Because blue you can use on anything and
still- you
everything.
could still use
Green,
the
you
green.
could still use it. It's not going to affect it too much, but it will feel a little slicker because it's got protective product in there, wax.
Go blue.
Okay.
Philip Van Boeven should add a pre-soak with O&R, then a spray bead maker. However, I've been doing this technique on my black BMW without any marring. Was unsure how bead maker would protect doing this. FYI, I wash once per week. And then he says again, and yes, bead maker first seems to add slickness with the O&R. So, man, Philip, if you've stumbled across something that works, dude, congratulations. Keep on it. Do it. Have fun with it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've intrigued me. I think a pre-soak with the O&R might work the best just to kind of
just to be safe.
keep the surface a little cooler and wet.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
No, that's a fun idea.
that's
Just
pretty rad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bait Addict. Canada's celebration has often been credited to it getting colder the further north you go, and therefore having an earlier harvest. In regard to why it was earlier, I just Googled because I was also curious.
That is actually a very good explanation.
It is. I was curious, right? What's the northest Canada you could go, right? Well, how north in Canada could you go and still live there, right? Because I was curious.
The northern top of the circle, right?
Yeah, but there's one or two ports that are kind of like before you're at the very tip top of the world, right? And that's where they're like, that's pretty much no man's land beyond that point. And I was just curious, right? Because when you go through the Northern Passage, right, where are you going through?
You're going through the water unless
you and the
you're
tundra,
in, unless you hit winter.
Now it's mostly
and you
water.
freeze shut.
Okay.
But still, in winter, that Northwest Passage is closed because of the ice flows.
That's changing with each passing year,
Do you think
though.
that you could survive on the frozen tundra?
I think I could. But if there was a beast like from the Terror, the great Hulu show talking about the HMS Terror when they were trying to find the Northwest Passage, I probably couldn't survive.
Do you think
that
that the
beast would hunt
tundra
me.
is literally just ice, or do you think that the tundra has some land masses as well?
Oh, it's landmass with ice on top of it, snow and ice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the
What do you think is under
permafrost.
the ice?
It's permafrost, Anthony, so it's frozen for quite a ways down.
Wow.
I don't think he
So
paid attention in
how
geography
many
class.
frozen creatures do you think are in there?
Quite a bit. I have a audiobook, if you're an Audible subscriber, that I think you would like. I have a couple of them.
More of a
Well,
visual learner.
I'm all
I mean,
about that
okay,
Northwest
so
Passage. It's
there's
one of my
this
favorite
great movie that no
stories.
one has ever heard of called
Ice
The
Age.
Thing.
Oh,
Maybe go watch that, and then
That
you'll
is
just be
not-
too
it is a
scared to talk
terrifying
to
movie. Terrifying movie.
Yeah.
not a realistic.
Well,
so
it's a
what-
remake of a
Speaking
50s movie. It's
terrifying
actually
movies,
really
What
great.
did you think of The Ritual?
The Ritual. I actually thought it was a great movie. Right?
Really good, right?
So I thought it was actually. I wouldn't call it great, but I would
was
say
fun.
that I was entertained.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Scary enough.
It caught my interest, and I think it ended in a good way where there was respect.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you've done it.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
I felt the exact same way.
So, Rectangle here says, "Sup guys, does CSL play well with single stage paint?"
If it plays anything like C1, then yes, I would say.
I would say you could try it, but I would do C1 first.
Yeah,
So.
C1's gonna be the better
Yeah.
bet, most likely. All
Tanner
right.
Toby, shout out to Anthony for calling me down last week on my swirl question. Sounds like I need to up my polish
I
game.
don't even remember what I
Nothing
said.
wrong with
Very
that.
nice. Just shake your
Just
head.
went
Sorry.
very zen.
Thank you. Thank
Just-
you. I don't remember what I said.
Appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you.
Beta Addict, have you guys had a chance to play with the Rupes polishing compounds? If so, Levi Anthony, do you prefer Tuo Burke?
That's a challenging
I have
question.
not had enough time with the Rupes to make a statement.
There's there's a time and a place for each product.
Yeah, well, and the cars too. And
Yeah.
the hard part is like if I want to try and go do something on the weekends and I'm working on a car, I know this or this is going to work, so I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. Well, and I know, in the case of the Oberk, there were a lot of cars you really liked using it on, but there were a few where you thought you ran into a roadblock.
No,
No.
it's worked. Across the game.
What was the paint that was causing some real issue? Like in the last month or two, there was something you were working on. You're like, I had to change my system up for it.
Oh, yeah, that was another product that we.
Oh,
are
okay,
gonna
that was
talk
something
about,
else
yeah.
entirely. Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was
Not
just
gonna
trying
get
to
into
jog
that.
my memory there.
So I will say, Beta Addict, we do enjoy the new Rupes polishes and compounds way more than the previous versions.
Yes.
Absolutely 100%, no questions asked there. So those are a huge improvement there. I think we just need more overall time to test it and just to see, because now that we have the Koch Chemi line and now that we've already been spoiled with how well Uno Protect works, as well as the Last Cut and Hyper Polish and all that, we don't want to have a bunch of redundancy because we do think the Oberk stuff is fantastic as well, but we have to see how much of an improvement either one is over any of the stuff we carry, or even if it is an improvement, to really kind of give you a thorough breakdown on that stuff. And we kind of believe where we currently are, we have some fantastic compounds, and we think that they all do the job, no questions asked. So, if we were to ever bring on either one of the Oberk or Rupes stuff, we'd have to make sure that it was in line with everything or filled a gap within something that we couldn't already offer.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helped.
Okay.
We have Angus. No, we have
Well, we got bait there.
Bait
but
Addict again. Says,
basically
so
responding.
he's just confirming, yep. So then Angus popping in says, afternoon guys, how do I remove oxidation from a motorhome with a gel coat finish, Levi?
Easy, man. Very simple. Just use a compound and polish it out. We actually have Kyle's RV boat restorer
Yeah.
in the store.
What's crazy is that it has Kyle's picture on it.
It does have
Yeah.
Kyle's picture on it, and it works.
You can't miss it.
It's a great gel coat, fiberglass polish compound to really restore and bring all that oxidation out. I will say, oxidation on a gel coat is one of the hardest things to deal with, and one of the back in the old days was one of my biggest pet peeves
Charge
to
extra
ever have to
for
deal
that.
with that.
Yeah.
So, what I would say is you could hit it with last cut and have no issues. Get a couple wool pads or a microfiber even and go to town. But Kyle's RV and boat gel coat restorer is a great product and works really well. So
Okay. Got Lars here.
Lars says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Wish all a good luck for the show." Thanks,
Thanks,
brother.
Lars.
We
Thank
miss
you.
ya.
Man, it sounds like a wonderful storm is raging
Yeah, it sounds
outside.
like
We don't know what's
I
going
think
on.
I think someone's juggling the shipping containers.
Oh,
next
is
door
that
to
all?
us.
It's
Yeah.
just a transformer out there. Just
Tossing
okay.
around. All right. Creech,
Creech.
24. Interested in your opinion. Applying a sealant to an RV. Would Beadmaker be sufficient for winter storage, or would OptiSeal be a better option? RV is only a year old. Honestly, if you're putting it away for winter and it is going in covered storage, Beadmaker's totally fine for that. Mm-hmm. Totally fine.
And it'll last a good long while.
Now, you could have put it on, again, if you want, before you take it out for the season. But honestly, it's fine, especially if it's covered.
Okay.
If it's going to be out in the elements, I would say OptiSeal, then Beadmaker.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the thing I was going to point out about Beadmaker is I know some people will be like, oh, the XYZ, it lasts longer and stuff. How long does it last on those planes out there in the open air museum?
They're coveaded. There's a roof cover.
There's
but
a
they
roof
are-
on it. It's like a carport
It's almost
for
a year.
planes.
We've got, like Dave has figured out that there are spots where Beadmaker's still viable on the surface of the airplanes with that
Yeah.
Emerald finish, and it's able to survive
Yeah.
in the elements with just a cover
And
over
it's
'em.
and it's windy there, so it's not like there's not
There's wind,
stuff being
there's
blown
salt
through.
air.
Yeah. It's sea air.
Yep. So it does actually hold up.
Yeah.
So
So I just wanted to point out a little counter to the
well, the hard
oftentimes
part is a lot of people
durability argument that comes up.
Well, and the big thing is people always do complain about the durability of
Yeah.
Beadmaker, but one of the things is that
I threw this
Beadmaker is
raging
used-
chemical on it, and it didn't
Yeah,
last. Okay.
Beadmaker is used on a lot of different surfaces, and the point is, if you're spraying it on every week and you're using it as a drying aid, it's never going to go away.
No.
So you're never going to have a problem with it. Now, if it's going to be your one and done, and you don't ever reapply or top it off,
It's not like a coating.
yeah,
right?
you're going to lose some of the capability of it, especially if you're using too high of a pH soap to do your pre-soak with.
Yeah.
Or you're pre-soaking with something like Power Clean to get some of the dirt off that maybe is stuck on the surface or things of that nature. Like, yeah, you're going to strip it off. But the point is, if you're just going to spray it on, leave it, and not touch it, put the vehicle away,
Yeah.
man, you're not going to have any issues.
That's a great use case right there.
G. Davis saying,
boy.
stale gummies isn't the worst thing Anthony has left on a hotel Bible.
Oh, dear.
Gee, you know me too well.
John Sabatier, tried O&R for the first time. Not too bad. I used 4 towels to dry and left it nice and clean a lot quicker than bringing out the pressure washer and all the gear. Thanks for all the great O&R tips. Next step, interior.
Excellent.
Nice. And you can use O&R on the interior as well,
Yeah,
John.
it's a safe
So
cleaning
have fun with
product
it.
wherever you're going.
Which has less of a sulfur smell. What was Iron Remover or Iron Buster? Just bought a gallon of Iron Buster, haven't tried it. I'm going to say that I still feel WoWo's Iron Remover is the best smelling.
For some reason, it just did a great job of taking away what you
It's
normally
but it's a
associate with
lemon
iron
scent,
removers.
where Iron Buster has a cherry scent to it.
Right. So depends on
So
what you
Iron Buster
prefer.
doesn't smell that bad either, but it has a cherry smell. So it's hard to say because I haven't put them to the test to see which is which.
Both
but
of them
I do
smell
like
a lot better
WoWo's
than
a little better.
the traditional ones that you find
Yeah.
out there. All right. We got Keith here.
Keith asking me, Levi, owning, managing multiple different detailing shops, do you typically prefer to offer interior, exterior packages or separating the interior and exterior? Which services do you offer a la carte? So this is kind of a long-winded topic, but
Too bad you don't have your menu around.
well, I always like to do. I've got it on my phone. I can pull it up. But I found it finally. So I like giving you customers packages because I feel like they just look at it. Customers look at the price for all intents and purposes. Even though we tell them not to, they're going to look at the price. All of us do that. We all price shop. We all price hunt. And the key is to find out how much you can get for that price. So the way I always broke it out is the number one thing customers want, is a clean interior. All they mostly care about is getting the outside washed. They want the dirt off of it. As much as us as detailers would love to. Anthony, what are you grabbing out of that New Air fridge?
Thanks for asking, Levi. I think I'm going to join you with an iron brew,
Very nice.
16.9 ounce
Delightful.
iron brew to get you through. I
Love
find
it.
that I'm having a little bit of a kind of like a
Start a dip.
like a little dip, right?
Yeah.
I need a little bit more of a high, and so having a little bit of this nice, delicious sugar inside me.
I'm almost
is really
done with
gonna
this,
put
and I'm
some-
still feeling okay.
Are you feeling great? Wow,
Yeah.
Dane, what about yourself?
I got Pepsi, 0 sugar in here.
Okay,
I'm
very
enjoying
nice.
it. Nice. It's going well.
This is
Good.
keto friendly.
16.9 ounces. Isn't that 500 ml?
It is 500 ml.
Fun fact.
Good idea, Dane.
All
so,
right.
Wow.
back to what I was saying. So
hits
most of your
hard.
customers always want an interior primarily. So what I did was I increased the price of my interior detail packages, and then I would just wash their car for free. And I would include tire dressing, and I'd wipe the car down with like a quick detailer afterwards. That was it. That was always like my entry level, get them in the door. And then if I had a customer that wanted just a car wash, then I would do a car wash, and all we do is like, I'd say we're going to wash the outside and do the windows, and that's it. If you want us to vacuum it, it's going to be this much. If you want us to deep clean it, it's going to be this much. And then I tell them, by then you're probably into an interior. The key is not to confuse your customers. So create 3 packages to start. You know, give them an interior option, give them an interior and exterior options. So 3 interior options, 3 interior exterior options, and 3 exterior options. Then the things that you add a la carte would be ceramic coating, would be engine steam cleaning, would be wheels, wheel polishing, wheel cleaning, that kind of stuff, okay? Maybe if you're doing some leather repair or restoration stuff or clear broad, that all is separate.
Okay.
And let them know, hey, we're gonna do the say we're doing this coating. It includes this first level polishing package, right? So you got like a step 1, which is a 1-step, right? So it includes that. This price includes this. And they go, oh wow, oh okay, cool. Can I add this interior package? Yeah, sure, go for it. And now you've got a coating job. They've included the first layer of polishing, and then they've added an interior for maybe another $200, right?
Yeah. So it's smaller packages so you can combine into something, but it's not like nickel and diming every
No,
little thing.
and
'cause
I wanted them to see. So
creates confusion.
like right now at the
and
house.
people get
So
upset and they leave.
the MOSHQ, the pricing that I am doing out of my driveway, this is what I do. Interior detail with just a wash on the outside with a quick detailer wipe down
Yeah.
and some tire dressing.
Mm-hmm.
$150 depending on the size of the vehicle.
Yeah.
If I'm doing an interior detail with a 1-step Uno with bead maker on the exterior, no motor, $300.
That's a very appealing package, though. I mean,
Very
that's-
simple, easy
yeah.
to do, and I can do it in about 4 hours.
That's appealing for the customer and for the detailer because that's a job you can get done still relatively quickly if
Right.
you know what you're doing.
Yep. And then my $500 package is if they are wanting to do an exterior. So like my buddy brought in his BMW and said, I need you to do this, and then we're going to coat it. And I said, cool. Well, let's do 500. I'm going to polish this out. I'm going to make sure it's as good as it possibly can be for you. Then I'm going to coat it with this coating. Ooh, can we do this coating and that coating?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll do it for another $200. Now, mind you guys, I'm doing this out of the garage on my weekends for
Yeah.
fun. This isn't a legitimate business.
You got to price it in a way that makes sense for you.
I would bump my prices up
Yeah.
if I had this as an actual business every day. Because I'd want my customers to, because I got to pay for things like insurance and all this other stuff.
And you kind of weed out
taxes
the
and things
people
like that.
who are just strictly there for like the lowest price and they don't really care. It's
Right,
like, okay, fine.
And I'm not.
You're not my
I'm
customer.
not advertising my pricing
Yeah.
to people. I'm not to the people that are watching
You,
this.
you
but
don't lead
but that's
with
the
the
way
price.
I do it. Yeah.
The price is just the price. I mean,
I just
that's
tell them,
besides
and
the
I tell
point.
them, they drop their car off on a Friday night and they
Yeah.
pick it up Saturday afternoon.
You're
I
selling
have the
them
car for
service.
2.5 days, and
Yeah.
I'm going to do this for you guys, and I do this out of the this is me working, playing on your
Yeah.
car and having some fun with it. And they see that. And a lot of them are customers that have been with me for 15 years. So the prices are very reasonable for them. It keeps me in shape, so to speak. I'm able to work on stuff, and I'm able to test and utilize products so that I can reply back. Now, I have some benefits. I have a very low chemical cost
Yeah.
because, well, I have a deal here, but I also get products sent to me to test, to try, to use. So I'm doing it for real world testing on the backside of my job.
Yeah. How else are you going to know?
So I have some things that, I'm doing it in my garage. I'm not covering overhead or things like that for a shop. So the point is I would change my price accordingly for that, but I'd also change it based on the area that I'm in and what the neighborhood says or what the state
and I think
price
anybody
is,
who like raises a stink about the price either being too high or too low is because their area is just
If I was in Atlanta, I'd be charging totally different prices than I am here.
We're in Boise, guys.
Yeah. So, all right. Bait Addict, I laughed at the end of the streams where you cover Morgan used to be with an eagle.
Oh, thank you for noticing my excellent graphic design. All right, then we got Wrecked Model here. So apparently it's common for third-gen Tacoma owners to add WD-40 on the black fender flares. Is that safe?
Have fun with that. Might as well be putting pledge.
I don't know
Pledge on
why you'd want to. There's so many better things you could do than that. Just
Well, okay,
don't
so
bother.
Rectine, let me just tell you right now. You should join the Dodge Ram 1500 owners group on Facebook. The stuff I see there will haunt your dreams.
For somebody as particular as you, I just love the thought of you going in there and seeing some of the
It'll literally,
creative
you'll get in there and you'll see these guys with these
people come up
creative
with.
solutions. And you were like, did you even try to Google anything first?
No.
And it's not even about that, man. They are straight up taking black spray paint, the cheapest black spray paint that you can get, some Krylon black, right? They're spraying their bumpers, like they're what used to be black bumpers, their mirrors. They spray everything with that. They spray all their
Look
trim.
pretty good. Restoration.
Yeah,
It's a
trim
little
restoration,
splotchy, but
right?
it's okay.
My favorite, right? The time to do a carpet refresh, right?
Spray paint the carpet.
Yep.
Oh no, really?
Spray paint the carpet too, baby, while you're at it,
my
right?
God. And then they're just stepping on it.
So they're spray painting that, right? I see them spray painting
no.
their fender wells and all this stuff, and I'm like, dude, they just don't even give a crap, man. It's like not even about. It's like that makes sense. Let's go ahead and spray that down there with some spray paint. So I kind of wish they were using WD-40, to be honest. I mean, if that was an option, but no. WD-40, no. I would say that most of the people, when they see the results of Solution Finish, right? Like if you were to join an Avalanche owners group, right, on Facebook,
or Elements.
and just be like, hey, check this stuff out, and show them a before and after of an Avalanche, I guarantee you Chris West would see more sales of Solution Finish than he's ever seen in his life in one day. That's how crazy it is. But yeah, there's going to be plenty of guys that use WD-40. Do you have any motorcycle owners, right? Motorcycle, street bike owners, right? New
Use
street bikes,
WD-40
right?
for their chains.
Use WD-40 for everything. So what they use,
They'll wipe
they
down
use
the bugs.
Dawn dish soap, right? And they use WD-40. WD-40 adds a shine, right?
And water repellency.
And water repellency, right? That little silicone, right? They spray that thing on there, wipe that in. They say, man, I have a freshly detailed bike. What do you use? Dawn dish soap and WD-40. And I say, wow. What is this bike? It's a 2020, right? S1000 RR BMW,
Oh, boy.
right? I'm like, that's a $20,000 bike. And they said, yep, Dawn dish soap,
Worth
a little
every
bit of
penny.
WD-40.
Oh, no.
I say, what is your bike? It's a 2019 Yamaha R1 treated with Dawn dish soap and WD-40. And I say, this is what I use on my bike. And they say, you're crazy and you should spend more time riding than caring about the way that your bike looks. And I say, my bike looks new. Your new bike looks old. And they say,
Showed them. You
no,
showed
it
them.
doesn't. I got LEDs.
Yeah, they literally do not
And then it
care.
goes down the whole thing. Trust me, there's so many people out there that just literally don't even give a crap, man. You can try to convert them. They don't care. They'll learn.
No.
And then they'll eventually be here learning.
There
Hopefully.
are people like
Hopefully.
me out there who will still take a car through an automated car
Obviously, you can
wash.
see that I have a chip on my shoulder, and
do.
I'm bothered
Yeah,
by this.
you are
stuff
very No, you seem
because
very cool, very normal, very
apparently,
chill.
my opinion, garbage. All
Doesn't
right.
really go far there. Okay, so Odd Gamer
Odd
followed
Gamer
up.
says,
Just to make it
yeah.
clear, when I say equipment, it's mainly carpet extractor and steamer. So the McCullough steamer, great little steamer.
1275.
Pick
Great
that up.
steamer, yeah.
Look that up online. See if you can get it shipped to wherever you are. Carpet extractor, the best carpet extractor in my mind, easiest to repair, is the Therminator.
Adam Terminator.
It's the Thermax Therminator. It's literally what it's called. Thermax Therminator.
Look him up on Facebook.
It is a
Adam
great.
Terminator.
Also the Mighties. Mighty makes steamers. MYTEE. Mighty makes steamers and carpet extractors, and they do a great job as well too.
Cool.
So
And on that note, I think that we're going to be going to a break.
Yeah, I believe that's where we're headed.
So we will see you here just shortly in a couple of minutes, guys. And enjoy the break.
hey guys, Levi for the Rag Company, and I wanted to direct you over to our FAQ channel. Now, our FAQ channel is our way of answering all those questions you had as quickly and efficiently as possible. The FAQ channel is very simple. From whether you're just starting out detailing, you need to learn how to wash a car, or maybe you have a question on what a rinseless wash is, or something as simple as how do I wash my microfiber towels, you'll be able to find it at the Rag Company FAQ channel.
If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering how long can you store Optimum No Rinse inside of a bucket for?
The difference between an open cell and a closed cell foam pad.
Should I wash my microfiber towels after using a spray sealant? So we're going to be answering that question and more in today's FAQ video.
Well, there you have it. Hopefully now you know a little bit more about the FAQ channel, and if you're looking for it, go to YouTube and type in the Rag Company FAQ and make sure you subscribe so that you'll be aware whenever a new video comes out. Now, if you didn't see your question answered, feel free to send us an email or leave a comment right there on a video, and we will be sure to add that to our next video. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and can't wait to see you guys there. Thanks for watching.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the promo for the Rag Company Podcast. That's right, I'm Dane Hennen. I'm your host of the Rag Company Podcast, as well as our weekly Q&As that appear on the Rag Company YouTube channel. Now, if you're looking for the podcast, you gotta head over to the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel. That's right, we've got a few channels, but if you subscribe to them all, you will not miss your Rag Company content, your Rag Company action. I know you love it, that's why you're watching this. So if you're not familiar with it, you should go check it out. We talk about detailing, we talk about cars, we talk about what we did over our weekends. It's just a chance to get to know, the folks at TRC a little bit better. Go to the Rag Company Podcast channel, go to the Rag Company YouTube channel for the Q&As, and just in general, enjoy, like a warm blanket. It's friendship. It's just something that you wear over yourself and you say, gee, this is nice. So we really want you to hang out with the Rag Company crew one way or another, be it the podcast or the Q&A. I'm inviting you, and I know Levi and Anthony are right behind the camera saying the same thing. So if you haven't already, make sure you go and subscribe to the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel, as well as the Rag Company YouTube channel, where we do our Q&As. It's just fun. We want to have you around. We want you to submit your comments. Let us know how things are going. We're all hanging out. It's a good time. And we all learn a bit more about detailing and cars in the process. Now, I will say, when it comes to the podcast, we're not just on YouTube. We're also on Stitcher, Spotify, any of your other audio platforms. Make sure you check, because we should be on there. And if we aren't, let us know, and we'll do our best to get on there as well. With all that said, we just want to say thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again. Hello, hello, and welcome to an ad for Wash Wednesday. That's right. This upcoming week, we've got Wash Wednesday, and it is with a pretty fun car, a car I'm a big fan of, an MR2, but not just any MR2, it's a beautiful second gen MR2 with an engine swap. So without giving too much away, I just want you to take a look at some of this footage. And no, it's going to be a fun Wash Wednesday coming up. Well, and there you have it. Wash Wednesday with an MR2 with an engine swap. So that's pretty fun. But at any rate, if you haven't taken a look at it and this footage looked appealing to you, I would highly recommend going and checking it out. And, you know, if it's not your thing, check out the huge library of all the other Wash Wednesday projects, videos we've done. There's a huge selection, everything from a huge bus that turned into an RV to an aerial Atom to a Porsche 959. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there. And of course, Evos and, you know, 4Runners and other things like that. So check it out. All right. Anyway, guys, I'll see you. Welcome back from the break. Oh boy.
What a car, right?
Beautiful.
What a scene.
Rad little car.
It's
Can
awesome.
you believe that is coming out soon?
I'm very excited about it.
Wow.
So,
Wash Wednesday, baby.
for the loyal listeners here, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. The swap into that car was from a Lotus Evora, but otherwise known as a Camry V6 that's tuned by Lotus and done on the other side. It's pretty cool.
It wasn't.
Obviously, you're
It
a
came
fan.
out of a Sienna
Or Sienna
minivan.
minivan, if you want to look at it that way.
So.
But, I mean, there's such small differences between them. Anyway.
You know.
Moving on, we've got questions, we've got comments, all kinds of stuff.
You've got questions. We've got answers.
We
Here
do
at the
have
Home
those.
Depot.
So we have to play a big catch. We're 30 minutes behind.
We are
Yeah.
way behind.
Let's-
Holy cow.
Let me warm up the pipes
Yeah.
and blast through some of these bad
All right, you
boys.
blast them.
You ready? Here we go.
You blast.
Get ready. Canada Thanksgiving is a month earlier because we have a shorter growing season. The traditional annual harvest would be earlier in the calendar year.
sense.
Jason M.
Yeah.
And fart balloons. Have they talked about IK triggers already? Yes,
yeah,
fart
we
balloons.
have.
They're
They're
available.
available.
Go pick them up. Steve Spencer, Ashley, never had poutine, sad face. Despacio, Z34, oof, I'm late.
But you're
Odd
here, and that's
gamer.
what matters.
Sorry, guys, I'm from Fiji.
Ooh.
I
Holy
don't know
smokes.
who we could call
That's
to
really
help
cool,
you
though.
out, but that is awesome,
I
dude.
would
Welcome
like,
to the show.
I've always wanted to go to Fiji.
What's
That'd be pretty
detailing
dope.
like on Fiji?
Well,
I
he
have
said
to
he can't
wonder.
get anything.
It's
Because
limited,
I believe
so
I wanted to first go to Fiji after seeing the Truman Show
Mm-hmm.
because that's where he was trying to go, and then
Okay.
sailed into a wall.
isn't that where
Yes.
they shot a lot of Castaway?
I don't know.
Could've.
But
I'm trying to remember.
pretty awesome.
All right, next up we
Alex
got Alex.
Dewar, Juan in the morning, PNS interior cleaner for pedals with a small drill brush and steamer with a towel or a bucket under the pedals to soak up the nasty.
Wow.
Soak it up.
Grand
Killing-
Hotry, Anthony is the detail version of Morty from Rick and Morty.
I don't
Then
know what
Levi's
that
definitely
means.
Rick.
Yeah, it must be Rick. So.
All right, we
Rectangle
got
Dane,
Rick.
I'm sorry if I missed it, but did the Mazda ever sell?
Months ago, and it just blocked it out
Dane-
of my
Dane
memory.
He sold it for a
entirely.
pretty penny.
He sold it and bought a Jag.
He did.
I sold it for 4 figures. Literally the lowest 4 figures you
Nice.
can sell.
Nice. Did you trade it in?
No.
Oh, very
actually
nice.
sold
Even
it
better.
to a guy who knew exactly what he was getting.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. Jacob Terry, is your storefront open now for customer walk-ins? No, it is still closed. So you can place orders online, and then in the comment section of your order, put in that you want to do in-store pickup, and the shipping is automatically refunded to you after you purchase the product. But you can come by, swing by, tell the team that you're here for an order to pick up, and they'll take care of you. So.
Then we have a small conversation between Ashley, Mark, and Steve here talking about poutine.
Ah, nice.
And then Terry with the next detail.
Not having a garage to work on my car, I would like to rent out indoor space for the day to detail my car and try my hand at machine polishing. What are your thoughts on this? I'm in the UK. Terry, I would actually, try and see if you can, or reach out to a local detailer or valeter and get that set up where you can actually do that.
I'm sorry, Levi.
Alan?
The term is valeter.
No, it's Valane, Dane. Don't know if you knew that.
Not like Vallejo, it is Validor.
But the point is, go talk to your local validator and or a detail shop and see. There's a number of detailers in the UK, and there's a number of trainings that are happening throughout the country. Not right now,
think about it, though,
obviously,
Levi.
but you could set that up.
That is a rarity, having indoor space in the UK
I
to
thought
be
about-
able
so-
to clean your car.
Yeah, I literally.
That's not very common.
No,
over
but
there.
it is an idea that I had, was to create similar to, like, we have a shop called the Boise Bike Project
Yeah.
where they rent mechanic space
To work on your bikes.
to work on your bikes with all their tools. They have a tool checkout. They have all that stuff. And there are people that pay a monthly membership to work
Yeah.
on their bikes because maybe they live downtown or they don't have that space or they just don't want to invest the money.
Yeah.
I always thought that would be something fun to do for folks who wanted to detail their
Well,
cars.
Me and you, we want to open a giant indoor wash bay, right?
Oh, love that idea.
So multiple booths, right? Access to a couch and leisure area, right? Where you can just hang out, right? Full deionized
Vending
water,
machine with Pepsi
multiple
products.
booths, right? Pepsi products on tap, right? As well as an assortment of rag company microfiber towels. People show up, they hang out, get to wash their cars, right? Without any rush in the world. Do a full-on detail.
We have all that
inside
dirt
and out.
over here. We could literally build a new
It's a
space.
giant
We're
empty
gonna
space right
build
now.
it. I think we're gonna
Build
do
a proposal.
So-
We'll take it to Jeff.
If we can't build it in
Okay.
the lot, I have a great idea. We take over one of the, when Jump Time leaves a location or something, you have one of those
Empty
giant
warehouses.
indoor, just
Yeah.
like
Move
trampolines
into the
everywhere.
old
You
Hastings
replace them all
building.
with wash bays, but you have a great big warehouse. It's a great space. They already have like seating areas and stuff, so I think it's already kind of there.
Yeah,
Just a
reach out
thought.
all the high-end car clubs.
Yeah.
Companies.
Then you just got to rip
Wonderful,
out
boys.
all those small doors up front and replace with giant garage doors.
Great idea, though, Terry.
Bam.
Jacob Gillette, can you go over how you would use O&R as an interior cleaner? I always see you guys talk about it, but I've never seen it. Literally, spray it on, scrub it, wipe it off.
That's why we don't
So,
usually show it, 'cause
256 to 1.
It's
It's so
very
simple.
Are we
straightforward.
overlooking the fact that that guy right there has the best last name a man can get?
Gillette,
The best a man can get.
pretty
You
amazing.
think
Watch
he was
out,
related
Jacob.
to
Watch,
the
he's going to
Gillette
correct you
family?
and say,
Maybe.
actually, it's pronounced Gillette.
So,
Oh.
Jacob, though, literally, it's just spray it on, put it in it, like get a
Yeah.
spray bottle, fill it up in your bucket.
Get these away from
And
me, am I
utilize
right?
it to clean your windows. If you've got a stain in your carpet, spray it on the carpet, scrub it. Clean your pedals, clean your dash, center console. Use little detail factory brushes, clean out your cup holders, all that stuff. You just wipe it off. It's very simple, very easy to use. Bait Addict, not sure if I'd ever recommended a Hyundai or Kia after I had 1.3 million engine recalls due to having metal debris within the engine causing catastrophic damage. Customers were having to pay for it.
Barf.
Man, that must suck for all those weird people in Canada that are driving Hyundais.
Oh,
Because here in America, Hyundais don't die.
the Elantra owner is standing up for his Elantra. Okay.
So, Scoopmaster, fellow
Well.
Hyundai enthusiast as well. I had some trouble trying to remove wax residue from a Ram Rebel hood. Power Clean removed it beautifully.
That's because
Excellent.
it's a Ram.
Probably because it was painted or it had the black logo on it. And someone had, vinyl, the flat vinyl. And someone probably tried to wax that.
Now, Gregor Aller here, he's asking, O&R blue or green for pad washer? I
Blue.
would say blue.
Yeah, perfect
green,
one for
you're
that.
going to get wax on anything
Yeah.
you put in there. So just go with the blue. That's what you want to use when you plan on doing other stuff afterwards. Okay, we got Grant.
Grant, great video yesterday, and thanks for taking my question, Levi, on the donut jelly. Grant, I
Yes,
love
sir.
that you popped that in there yesterday. It was hilarious. So thank you for doing that. It was a callback to some of the comments he's been posting on some of Dylan's polishing, was saying that I'm getting my donut jelly all over the spots that Dylan was polishing in some of Dylan's videos. So then he brought it over onto mine, on my polishing video.
That's
Very
fun.
great stuff. Grant, thank you, man. Always love having you around, brother.
Excellent.
Carissa, I live by the coast, so rust is a problem. Is there something to prevent or minimize rust? Spray on with a pressure washer. What you're looking for is a rust inhibitor. And most products that you add to your water could potentially be some sort of rust inhibitor. I would say if you're going to be running your pressure washer, you could always put a little O&R in the soap tank of the pressure washer and just wash with O&R.
Well,
It's very simple.
So one product that comes to mind. So Larry, AMO-NYC, right, created a product because when he had his Porsche that was rusting, was turning into a rust trap before he got it fixed.
Yeah.
He wanted something that had a rust inhibitor in
Right.
there. So he created his ammo. I think it's called Boost, if I remember right, and it has rust inhibitors in there, but it's also kind of like a soap additive, right? Is apparently what it is. And
Yeah,
so,
it boosts it.
You can check into that. I would
I know
just kind of
Bill
do
Hambler makes something like
I think
that.
Bill Hammer makes something. So
It's not the Hamburglar.
not the Hamburglar.
Hamburger.
But
Hamburgers.
yeah, I would say do just a little bit of research. See what you can add to something that would make it still safe on paint, and kind of go from there. Next question here, Dane. We have CJ Byrne 27 says, should not the air hold on.
Air.
Should not the air to the rag company not drive pure luxury, befitting of his station in life?
That is way too bougie.
Wow, that is.
I know I look like I just bathe in luxury every day, but this is really not. No, that's really not me.
But
I'm
why
just the
not?
guy who knows what he
know?
likes, and if I like it,
Well-
great. But I like plenty of like utilitarian vehicles
You
too
like
that have
brunette?
like.
Women?
When Dane has his mid-century modern house, right?
Nah,
and he pulls
yeah,
his
that's considered
Jag,
luxury now, but
And he pulls his
I just
Jag
like
into
it.
that. That'll be the day.
You know, when I can pull it into a glass living room and
Well, you can do that now.
Yeah, you can just do it now. I don't think anybody's gonna care.
Oh no!
I think you have every opportunity to do that
Some
now.
furniture and just open up the...
Dane,
Remember,
you
I'm
can-
the same guy who drove a '92 Miata that was lowered and had autocross modifications in winter with the top down. So
Yeah.
I'm that guy too.
Remember
Don't
those
forget.
days?
I could see Dane sitting in his Jag, watching a movie from the inside of the car in his living room. with the
I mean,
TV
you were
on the wall.
close. I did watch Tokyo Drift from the inside of my Jag with the radio turned so you could hear it at a drive-in theater. So that was something.
Kind of close.
Any rate.
Minus it being in your house.
Well, yeah, not in the house.
All right, let me power through.
Do it.
So you guys talked on the podcast about the product that revitalized towels that were toast. Seemed to work on towels that you guys for sure thought would be a miracle.
It's
Any updates
true.
on it?
They're dying to know.
We're working on it.
There's a sticking
patient.
point. There's a sticking point we're working on right now. It's a challenge,
patient.
and we got to get through it.
It's like, Boy George, give me time
Yeah.
to realize my crime, right?
Yeah. And then he says, save my double twist wrist hashtag.
No. Oh, yes.
We will save
H
them
Ford.
eventually.
Hello, I was looking for medium buffing pads in quantity for good price comparable to Rupes Yellow. We have Rupes Yellow
We
buffing
have
pads
the
on our
literal
website,
Rupes Yellow.
hford386348. Please to enjoy ragcompany.com.
Bam.
Thanks for all the info, guys. Sorry I have to cut out early. Looks like I need to get a few more rags. Goodbye, Ashley. Thank you for
Goodbye.
stopping by. Do you guys know anything about Berettas? Dane from Beta Act.
You know, from childhood, I know more about Luminas. But
Okay, yeah.
for the Berettas, you know, they were just something I could only hope to see in
So my
magazines. I never
sisters-
had the chance to
So
actually grace one.
in 1997, my parents bought my sisters
Oh.
a 94 Corsica.
Oh, Corsica, yes. These
LTZ.
slightly boxier
Which
Lumina.
sister?
Haruna, or Sayaka.
Oh, so, okay.
So Sayaka and Sevi and Haruna would drive around in Avery, all four of my sisters, in this Lumina LTZ maroon with 16-inch wheels
I remember those maroon ones, man.
with with maroon paint.
Yeah.
And I just remember really enjoying driving that car when I could, because I
Yep.
was rolling around in my 1976 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. But I remember driving that and going like, man, this is a nice car.
My grandpa had a Cutlass.
And then my sisters never checked the oil on it
Oh, no.
and ran it out of oil and blew the motor.
Which engine did it have?
The 3.4, I think.
Oh, not the
3400.
3.8 then, the
Yeah, it was the
3.4.
3400.
Okay.
But it, yeah, blew the engine because they literally never checked the oil.
Well, the running joke, I mean, at least among the
Typically, they don't need
3800
to on those,
crowd,
right?
Well, it leaks oil.
the running joke is always it'll run worse longer than other engines run at all. With that particular series of GM just V6s
I
that they
remember
put
it
into their
stalled on them
mass-produced sedans.
on the way to school one day. I had to leave work to go get them.
They sound awful, but they keep starting.
I checked the oil because it wasn't start. It was just like frozen. Checked the oil. It was totally drained.
It's just metal on metal all the way.
Fully seized the motor.
Woof. All right, errands.
Which drying towel size do you recommend for a minivan? Lexus RX 350 or Toyota Sienna? 20 by 30 or 15 by 24? The Gauntlet. 20 by 30, dude. If you're going for a bigger vehicle, just use that towel. It's going to make it a lot easier. 20 by 30 is actually probably my favorite size of the Gauntlet. So
That's a great size.
yeah. Aaron wants to know, what does zero sugar Coke taste like? Well,
This
Dane's
is
been
zero
drinking
sugar
it a lot.
Pepsi,
So
and
go get
I
some.
like it a lot. I like it.
It's just called Coke Zero.
For my very specific opinion, I like the colas that are zero sugar. I don't really like other like zero sugar, like Mountain Dew zero sugar. I'm just not as wild about it, but I love Pepsi zero sugar. So the colas seem to do better with the whole zero sugar thing. It still tastes pretty good. Next up, we got bait.
Bait asking, Levi, you only charge $500 for a full-blown correction, question mark, or just a thorough one-step? It's a very thorough one-step. I don't do... So if I got to bust out sandpaper and I've got to do 2 or 3 steps, we're talking $1,000 plus.
You're paying for it.
Because I'm going to have it for like a week. So...
Yep.
And then he says, best part about doing on the side is that I get to use the best chemicals, tools, coatings, and my own vehicles for free. Yep, exactly, dude. Jeff C., happy evening, Friday evening, heading out to wash the car tonight. I think I'm going to give that summery drink bead maker another try.
Please
Do it,
do.
Jeff,
I know he's more an
Jeff.
orange than a blue fan. I have heard from Jeff. But, there's still hope. There's
It'll
still
be
hope.
nice. Jacob Terry, any trainings at TRC in the near future? Soon as COVID's done, bud.
Which
Seriously.
could be a while. Although, we're working on some things maybe we can do that don't require you to actually be
It's kind of
here.
our goal. Yep. We're
We
going
can
to try and
build
figure
on.
out some stuff to do
Yeah.
that
I'm going to
way.
be 40 with 3 kids. Levi's
nice.
going to be 50.
Oh, man, that's going to be great.
With
Remember,
2 teenagers.
we're going to be badasses cruising the road,
Yeah.
trying to do some detail trainings.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Dane will still be hanging out with us.
I'm gonna stick
But
to
he'll
that
probably
no
be
kids
here running the
lifestyle.
business.
All right.
It'll be crazy.
He'll be stuck here every day running the business, and he's like, all I want to do is edit a friggin' video, and we're like, Dane, we need you to put in some towel orders. What do we do? The forklift broke.
Yeah.
You need to get on that, and Dane would just go,
And
the phone's ringing, and people are.
He's going to go, I have to get this thumbnail made. And we're going to say, okay.
This thumbnail's very important.
He's going to
I
close
hope
the
you know.
door,
Yeah.
disconnect his phone, and go, I have to make this thumbnail. Just leave
I
me
don't know
alone.
how to tell you this. Creatively, like if my brain is prioritized on something, I can't just drop what I'm doing and do something else. My brain doesn't work that way. It just becomes garbage if I try and distract myself with other things.
So that's why Dane's going to be coming on the road with us in our 3-man road show.
Martin-
Traveling. We're
Martin
going to be
coming
hitting
in hot.
all the great shops.
The Grand Touring
businesses.
Show, yes.
We're going to be
yes.
selling tickets. People come to our live podcasts.
Moving on to Martin says, how would you remove polish on rubber windowsills?
Oh.
Martin, we actually have a video on this
Yes.
on the Rad Company FAQ channel.
FAQ
Yeah, check it
channel,
out.
no less.
How
That's
to remove
right.
dried compound polish.
Well, that is a
from the
horrifying
rubber,
photo.
That is terrifying. I don't know if that is actually-
Carissa, Amal, Anthony, I went on YouTube for my bike questions. Don WD-40 and a strip with a razor blade first for everything
Yeah.
made me cringe. That's why I asked you guys.
You know why they're first, though? Because people are always looking for the cheapest, easiest thing. They aren't looking
Yeah.
for what actually will do the least damage and work the longest term. They just want quick and easy and screw anything else that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christopher Horton, how do you shoot those amazing Wash Wednesdays driving footage? That's Dane in a harness dangling out of the back of a car.
Have you guys ever
On the
seen
old
Mission
ones.
Impossible 2? That's Dane.
Well,
That's Dane from the
I think I have a
ceiling.
video on my phone I can pull up and show.
When we shot that Ariel Adam video, we had the back hatch of a Suburban, and we were driving a Suburban on a racetrack, and the Ariel Adam was behind us.
Yeah.
And I was harnessed
I
into the
remember
back.
you were screaming.
It was so much fun.
You were like, oh! And we were like, Dane, it's okay. We're only doing like 25 miles an hour. And you were like, please, God, slow down. Please slow down. And your dad was like, Dane, I'm going to speed up.
Yeah.
I just remember how much
And
fun
Dane's
that
like,
was.
the
man.
shutter speed is off. It's all blown out footage. And we're like, no.
I'm really particular, making sure the footage isn't overexposed.
No, that is Dane behind the wheel. And Jimmy.
Yeah, in this newer one, this is all
That is-
Jimmy's
yeah,
handiwork.
that is sweet
out of the
baby
side
Jimmy.
of a minivan.
Yeah.
Open door.
Yeah, Dane driving, keeping that nice, steady catch-up speed. And
Now,
I
these
know
are
what
all
the
on
cameraman needs.
Private roads. These are not public roads that we're doing
Right,
these on.
and to add to that, he was harnessed in safely.
he was harnessed in.
Yeah, he was wearing a seatbelt and harnessed.
Yep. And so you can thank Dane and Jimmy for those great rolling shots because I think
We
the
take
two of
care
them
of our
combined, they've been doing some pretty rad stuff. So Dane, for
Shout
some
out
reason,
Jimmy.
knows how to drive a car. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Just got my M302 and my micro cut pads in the directions Coach suggests a forced rotation orbital polisher. Is there a significant difference using the micro cut with a forced rotation?
Tell him.
In a random orbit. So you can absolutely use it with.
He's going to tell him.
No, I was going to say.
You can absolutely use it with a random orbital, right? So basically, when we had the discussion with Coach on the phone, we talked for several hours. They kind of explained that there is just a high usage of rotaries and force
specifically
rotations,
the Flex 34,
and specifically the Flex tools. It's Germany, right? It's German tools. So it made a lot of sense, right? They like the Makitas, they like the Flex stuff, and so most of their testing was on that. And we explained that there is a significant amount of users here in the U.S. As well as everywhere else in the world that are using dual action random orbitals, and they said that their products can absolutely use with random orbitals. They just liked the testing that they did with the forced rotation. However, there is products that work specifically good with a rotary, and that is going to be the heavy cut. So
I just caught you in the act of using is rather than are.
did you?
Grammatically
what
in
did
the sentence?
Repeat it.
Because, okay, guys, I have this running
There
thing
are,
with Anthony
is.
where every time he has the opportunity, grammatically, he should be saying are in a sentence. He says is instead. And I just wanted everybody to see that. I caught it. And now everybody's like,
What did I
shut up,
say?
Dan, you're being
You're
pedantic.
so
Move
busted.
on.
I can't believe
what did
you.
I
I
say?
can't believe you did that.
But what did I say? Explain it, Dane.
You said there is something, something, something when you should have said there are.
There are things that you can do there with the heavy
think
cut
he's trying to make
compound.
you
All right.
All right.
I just had
so
to.
Grant
had to get
Hotry,
him.
Dane are my brother, my TRC brother lookalike.
Dane are my
TRC
brother.
brother lookalike.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that
Dane, it
makes
sounds
sense.
a lot better when you swap those is's for
Yeah,
R's.
that's good.
Oh, thanks,
okay,
bud.
Scott
I'm
Mattern
sorry.
says, are there a value-priced forced rotation orbital machine? Should a guy stick with Rupes or Flex for forced rotation machines? So are there a value-priced forced rotation orbital machine?
So,
I would
no, not really.
say
The Makita is forced, short throw and forced. It's a value-priced machine compared to the
What's-
Rupes and the Flex.
What's the Flex 3401 running? 300? 300?
3 to 400. So, realistically, the difference between the Rupes and the Flex, one spins one way, the other spins the opposite way. So, it's really, if you're a big Rupes fan, go with the Melee. If you're a big Flex fan, stick with the 3401.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
I think that does it.
Colby,
Bam.
what's up, TRC crew? Ordered some CSL and EXO for a vehicle, and it came in within 3 days. Awesome job to the packing team. I appreciate the content. Everyone, keep up the good work. Thank you, Colby. Really
And thank
appreciate
you,
that.
packing team.
Mike Spina, I wished I lived close by. I would love to bring the tag to Wash Wednesday.
You know,
That'd be
it's
awesome.
welcome.
We would love it to
Whenever
have you
can
come
find a
up.
way
If you want to drive
get it
up,
here.
we will make a Wash Wednesday about it.
Yeah.
So, Grant Hotry detailing a 1977 Mercedes 280 CE coupe with OG paint all the way down to New
Wow.
Zealand.
Nice.
Thanks, Grant. We really appreciate it, dude. And
amazing.
that's a dope car.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Dustin saying hi from Lewiston. Love your podcast. Need to stop by the next time I'm in Boise. Yes,
Thanks, Dustin.
Dustin, do. Come say hi.
Yes.
Alkaline saying the 3800 V6s are one of the few engines I would muffle more than how they came stock. Durable but horrible sounding. I really
Correct.
liked them, dude.
They
I love
have
the sound
such
of them.
an
I don't
iconic
know what it was.
sound.
It's like,
Everybody like anybody
It's got a
who's
nice
been
scent.
to like the Rust Belt and just listened for cars to go by during
Yeah.
the 80s, you'd hear those 3800
Good
V6s
rumble.
during the 90s. It's just such an
Put
iconic
some holes in
sound.
that air box.
Every
Great.
single one of them had some kind of exhaust leak.
Yeah, that's how you know they're good.
Yeah, well, you know, Rust does things, so.
Bait Addict asking the real questions. Did any of you guys go to school for anything? If not,
Not
are
are.
there something you want to study if it was financially possible?
doesn't
Or
work
are
like
the
that.
path you guys chosen something that you always wanted to do? Bait, I did some college. I originally wanted to go to school to become an automotive designer. And I couldn't find a way to make it happen financially. I just didn't. I wasn't smart enough. I'm not
Oh,
true.
that's not true.
I didn't apply myself enough in high school. I didn't care
That's probably
about
more
high
accurate.
school. And when I got done, I couldn't apply for any of the
have a lot more-
scholarships, things like that. So I had to take out loans and things like that to cover my costs or also pay them myself. So I didn't like the idea of taking out a loan, and I thought, well, I'll do some Boise State here for a little while. And I was always detailing, and to me it was like, man, I gotta work to save. I'll just work.
You've done a lot of growing up, though, in your time.
I like to say I've lived 1,000 lives, Dane. And but detailing was something that I was good at. I was happy with. I enjoyed doing, and I had a knack for running and managing people as well as businesses, and that's where I've always gone. So I was lucky enough to be in the position I was, because if I wouldn't have started Hawks Detail and started my own detail shop, I wouldn't have been able to come to the rag company and do this. So to be able to have that and be able to have your dad see me as an equal, allowed me and him to really tap into one another and figure out where we could help each other out. And so, that's kind of the biggest thing. So thank you, Jeff, for offering me a job here. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, Dane, what about you?
Well, when I was in school, a lot of high school was spent making movies, videos, stuff like that. It was just fun. And not to toot my own horn, but I will say that if not for me being here, this company wouldn't have a media department at all. It just wouldn't be a thing. We wouldn't be doing that, because other companies don't prioritize this kinds of stuff. They usually farm it out and just say, find an ad agency to do a thing for us and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's how it goes. No, in this case, it's literally
hire a firm.
Grassroots. We built this thing. So that's why we're always really proud of it. And if you know somebody online who gets annoyed, there's a brag company thing, whatever, it's like, well, we built it. We're proud of it.
Yeah, and you got to remember, Dane, so when Dane came back from film school, his parents said, hey, we got a towel company, come work in our garage. And he was like, well, I don't want to. And they were like, too bad.
Well, I had full-time jobs, and I actually hadn't done video for a few years at that point. So it kind of been dormant for a while. I moved back to town here. I had wonderful film school debt and all those great things you get from going not abroad, but just down to California and then moving back here. And
it wasn't that much, but it was enough.
It was a lot.
Yeah, Jeff likes to remind us how much money it costs.
That film school wasn't cheap, and that one in particular was not. So
whatever
that was,
happened to that film school?
It went out of business in like 2017, 2018. So that's great. It's great. It was one
like
of those
truck driving school, or what kind of film school are we talking about?
They had a photography school in Ventura, and then they had a film school that branched off from the photography school. This is Brooks Institute, and they had it there, and they put it in Ventura. So actually, the photog was in Santa Barbara. Anyway, not to go way down the rabbit hole, but they had sound stages there. Some of my teachers were actually real directors of TV shows that you guys have watched and stuff. So like, there's a lot of different stuff.
I
got
a
a lot
great
of
learning experience.
Real world experience. I got to work on a lot of movie and TV show sets and a lot of reality show sets and stuff. Just working in the background, cable wrangler, just helping out at like PA type stuff. So yeah, a lot of interesting experiences that are definitely a lifetime worth of experiences.
But
for
the point
a very
is,
short
when
period
you
of
came
time.
back and you were sitting in the garage, working on the brand, on the business, on everything, because you were the first employee.
Well, what I liked about it was I took it on because it was a creative venture. It was like, I can determine what the brand looks like.
Yeah.
I can like write these scripts and all this different stuff like for what the product listing says, and like that was kind of creative freedom. It was something where other people might look at it and go, towels. Like it just seemed boring.
Parents.
I thought, well, okay, what if I try and make this fun? What if we try and do something interesting with it? So yeah, I made the logo that everybody recognizes.
The one
I
that's
guess
on
now.
your shirt.
Yeah, that one. I made that one.
Yeah,
so
nice
yeah,
shirt.
no, it's been a fun ride, but you learn more as you go. But yeah, broadcasting, film school stuff. I didn't even finish film school. I college dropout here, but at the same time,
Dane,
it's just
I also am a college dropout.
high five.
How weird is that?
Yeah. So if you put your heart into something, you can still succeed. It doesn't have to be just book learning and stuff. There's a lot of value out there. And Anthony, you definitely had some education
Technically, he's the
yourself.
most educated.
Yeah,
of the
he's actually
two
more
of us.
educated than the rest of us.
Say that.
Yeah.
But no, I gotta say, high school, man. I was a 3.0 student.
I was a 1.8.
I was not. I was just a B. I was always a B kid. I was not like a. And if I got
wanted to be a C kid. I just didn't have enough drive to want to be a C
Well, like,
kid.
and if I got like an A, right, then
Yeah.
I would immediately say, well, that's cool because I can get a C in that next class, right?
That's what I would do, too.
And that would average
Forward
out
thinker.
to a B, right?
Yeah,
and I
right.
think like that. I'd say B's, and 'cause I think it really started when my parents told me as a kid. They said, "We're happy if you get B's. We want you to get A's, but we're happy with B's,
Right.
right?" They never like forced me. So
Yeah.
basically, unfortunately, that in my head was, B's are great.
You've now
Let's
entered the
do
school
B's,
of
right?
No, that's
enough.
where I'm scared with Augie is because like I think he's like that with me because I did that with my dad.
Well, 'cause
My freshman year at
Here's the
Bishop Kelly, my
bar.
high school, my freshman year, so 9th grade,
Yeah.
I got all C's, straight C's, on every quarter
Yeah.
of the report cards, and my dad was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "It's perfectly average."
Yeah, perfect. Good. Yeah.
I don't see what the problem is.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
well,
man.
and so if you're smart enough to already do that math in your head, like I can cancel that out, you're obviously a smart enough kid to get a better grade, but you're just lazy, right?
Some of the
And so-
smartest people are people who cleverly figured out ways to be lazy in spite of it all
Yeah.
and still
So
succeed.
I was just a B student, right? I was a B student that was also really bad at procrastinating, right? So basically, I think I started college off because I was afraid of a big university. I started TVCC in Ontario,
Ooh.
Oregon, right?
Yeah, Treasure Valley
And-
Community
Yeah.
College.
Not ideal. I lasted about 3 months there, and I realized that I hated that more than anything in the world because my commute was absolutely horrible, and it was very unrealistic.
Well, it was like 30
right?
minutes. It wasn't
Yeah,
that
it just
horrible.
sucked. I just
We
hated
come
it.
from a land where we don't like to drive
We don't like
longer
to
than
drive,
15
yeah, we
minutes.
don't like to drive far. So it wasn't about that life, right? So that's when I started going to CWI when I was accredited by CSI, which is College of Southern Idaho, which is down in Twin Falls. And so started going to this new college, went there for another year and a half, whatever it was. And then I went to BSU. And basically, I got an associate's in sociology. That was my major. And it still is technically my major. And then I got all the way up to, I think I got 30 credits left, right, to technically get a bachelor's degree. And that's when I said, I got a job. That's when I got a job, a corporate job over at my previous job. And so I got a job there. And that's when I said, well, and from talking to them, what was interesting, right? Because what was interesting about that job is they said that they appreciated more in-person experience than they did an actual degree. They said in a sea of degrees, we want people
Well,
that have...
that company was also started in a garage.
And that company
Yeah.
was also started in a garage, and they appreciated people that had more hands-on experience. So I just started saying, okay, I'm going to make that my main priority. So I started getting as much hands-on experience as I can, trying to learn things that weren't taught in school, right? In-person interaction, learning how to communicate, learning things like that. How to talk, right? How to do
Yeah, because
what we do
you
now.
were mute for a very
I
long
was a
time.
mute.
You didn't know how
I
to
was mute.
speak.
I didn't say anything. No, I always talked, but I always had I guess I never really cared for displaying or doing like speeches. Like I like doing speeches, but I never really emphasized.
See, I was a
focused on
theater
that.
nerd in high school. Did a
I
lot of
was not.
speeching and was kind of the guy who had no problem getting in front of talking, telling people stories. all
Yeah,
that kind of
because you're
stuff.
a
I
bit
was
of
that
a
guy
jibber
already.
jabber guy. Yeah.
I like about it. A
I was
little
a
bit of
band kid.
jabberwocky. You know?
See, I was the guy that counted how many kids do we have left till it's me. I'm like 3, 4, 5. I'm like, prepare yourself for
You had a little bit of that like
prepare-
skater bro energy.
Like I was like prepare myself for that I will have to speak here and I have to do a good job. But no, and that was
Yeah.
pretty much it, man. So yeah, so I did go to school. I did get 1 degree, and
we should just do this on the podcast sometime where we can really elaborate on this stuff for you guys if you're that interested, because I don't want to take up the whole
20 minutes left.
live stream doing that.
yeah.
But you
Anyway.
wound up here, and you're having fun, right?
The point is, we're doing stuff that we've actually
Yeah.
the three of us all kind of came into this very organically.
This is not
and
something you go, I want to do that one day, though. Like, that doesn't just
well,
happen.
it started out with Dane going,
Yeah.
hey, Levi, can we do some videos? And I said, sure. And he came over to my shop and we did some videos.
I was excited just
with
to shoot
Dane.
and edit something.
Yeah, and then I dropped my motorcycle off so they could do some videos
Yeah.
in my motorcycle.
That's right.
He said, we
You
know
were
this
just
guy
the
named
background.
Anthony.
Yeah.
If we could put his motorcycle in
my
there.
bike off, and I'm like, please don't steal my motorcycle.
Right, you didn't
from
know
me.
us from
This
Adam.
is a sketchy shop, and
And
so
then Anthony got laid off and came to the shop and said, or to the store and said, hey, if you got any help, anything, I'd love to help you out. And
they said no.
Yep.
And then I found out they were hiring a part-time video editor, no video editing experience, a little bit. I said, I got you. And
Yeah.
that's when I came on
Showed
as a
up.
video editor. Here I am today. head video editor of the rag company.
That is
What
not
are you
true.
talking about? That's my job.
Media marketing manager.
Sure, whatever.
So
He's really good at Instagram.
but that's kind of how we work. But the three of us all had this, I don't know, kind of
We
spark
developed
between
our
us to do
niches.
that, where we were able to work together, live together, have fun together, travel together.
We're brothers at
And-
this point,
yeah,
basically.
so-
Yeah. So
There you
we'll
go.
go into that more in a future podcast.
Odd Gamer was busy subscribing to the FAQ channel and watching videos on pads. I missed it.
Whoops.
Okay.
Philip Van
rewind
Booven
back,
says,
bud.
need to create the behind the scene Wash Wednesday videos.
He
Ooh,
wants
I
to
like
see
those.
how the sausage is made.
BTS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jamie the Cleaner says, Joe said in the Facebook group to get the G-Technic W5 Citrus APC.
Okay.
That's
Mm-hmm.
good stuff, yeah.
Alkaline. Dane, has anyone really been far,
Oh, God,
even
he did
as
it.
described to use, even go what to do more, look more like?
It's a copy pasta from the internet. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
thing. Moving on.
Bait Addict, GSFs in gallon size?
So, Baydad, have you tried GSF yet? Did you
Hopefully.
like it? I hope
Hopefully.
you liked it.
We're hoping. I mean, we've got,
Smells
as the
so
products
good.
are getting, I know the different sizes are getting shipped. So we do have some
It's already
5 liters of G-Technic products now. We do have
do.
some of those. So Hippo Cup, is there really? Hippolito, can I avoid the polish step after the clay bar step? Greetings from Panama. You can, as long as you don't use any pressure on during the claying step, because you don't want to damage any of, you don't want to mar the finish. So
And
just be
greetings
very
back
careful.
to
A
Panama.
lot of lubrication too. Alkaline Trio saying, was it real world or real world experience,
Both.
Dane?
Why not both?
Real. Question for Levi. I just watched your video on claying on the Rag Company FAQ channel. You said to clay every 6 months. I was learned to only clay if you polish because of the micromarring. So, Motovlog 3 City, yeah. So, if you clay bar surface of a car with a bar, you can have the capacity to mar the surface of the vehicle. If you do a wash clay wax, where you use the clay mitt and like Optimum car wax and O&R, and you use no pressure, you can actually remove the particulates in the surface without micromarring the surface of the vehicle. But you need to be very careful with it. But yeah, you can do that. It's very simple. I used to do it for years in my shop, and I would sell that service at $150 just because it'd take my guys 30 minutes to do it.
Wow, yeah, good clay.
Yeah.
So the key is making sure. Gorilla Anissimo, hey guys, love this live sessions. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hey, Josh Petro from Facebook. What's up,
What?
boys?
Wow.
Hey,
amazing.
Josh Petro, International Business Development of the Rag Company.
Chiming in, hanging
Yeah.
out with us
Busy
on the Rag
guy.
Company Live. I like that.
Very
Gorilla, what would be a better towel for paste wax, compound, and polishes? Eagle 350 Creature or
Ooh,
Edgeless 365?
365 all day.
365 all day, buddy.
Yeah.
We're basically caught up here, so we can take a little time on these ones.
Bait Addict.
Bam.
Levi, I've heard you state 80-20 towels can scratch soft paint. Larry's towels, he uses exclusively are 80-20. He uses it on soft Porsche Ferrari paint with no issue. Good for Larry. All I know is I've physically worked on cars, scratched paint with 80-20 towels.
So
I
there's
like Larry. I
definitely
know him personally.
differences. Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it. I've detailed more cars than he has.
It's been said.
And
There's
he
no
knows
going
that. But the point is 80-20 towels on very soft clear. Take Matt Mormon's Honda S2000.
Oh, that paint.
Stupid
Yeah.
soft clear. 80-20 towels all day long, marring the ever-living snot out of it.
It wasn't just our towels. It was other towels. It was
Yep.
it was towels.
They
that
tried
we've
all
never
kinds of
used
Yeah, he had
stuff.
some CarPro towels.
Every
we had
towel.
some
I mean, there was a ton of different
Microfiber
towels.
Madness
They were
towels.
all
We had-
doing the same thing.
And they were all 80-20s. The moment we switched to a 70-30, instantly gone. No issues. So that's one of the main reasons I state that. And 80-20 towels caused micromarring for a number of years, and I could never figure out how to fix that until I got into microfiber and started learning more about microfiber and testing different towels. And when I figured that out, that was when it was like a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, oh, there are different types of weaves. Because remember, dude, I've been doing this for almost 25 years. And when I first met the Rag Company and figured out who they were, it was 7 years ago, 7
been a
years
while.
ago, picking up towels and utilizing them in my shop. So almost 8 years ago when I finally learned about the rag company. But I've been doing research on trying to figure out how do I find a different towel? Who's got a different thing? Because everybody either carried Costco towels or something way worse than a Costco towel.
Yeah, and then you're like, okay, what are the high-end brands? What can I find?
Yeah.
And you
I
went through
I remember I got a towel
all
from
the ones you could
Worth
think of.
out of Germany.
Yeah.
And they were like, this towel's so good, you shake it and all the wax comes off. And I was like, that doesn't make sense because microfiber grabs and holds on to everything.
Hold on, what?
What are you guys talking about? And then I was like,
You guys
what's
make
the
cat-
blend?
They're like, close your eyes, and you close it, and they're like, now shake it, and you shake it. They're like, that's it, you've done it. And you're
Literally
looking
what
at it
and
like,
I
wait.
was like, okay. But I knew that towel was plusher and thicker. It was still terry weave, but it was probably a 400 GSM towel now that I know more about microfiber. But at the time I thought, well, these are good towels. And those were an 80-20. But I'd use it and I'm like, yep, still scratching the snot out of paint.
Yeah.
Like can't figure it out. So
And
it
it's-
wasn't until I came here and met Jeff and Dane and stuck my hands in over 150 different types of microfiber that I was like, and Jeff took me on this crash
80,
course.
20s
I
and
spent
70,
3
30s
hours,
alike.
my first day walking into the store as a customer, 3 hours,
Yeah.
deep diving into microfiber. And I had to run back to work to finish some cars because I had customers showing up. Like I
Yep.
screwed myself that day.
Yeah.
But I learned a ton about microfiber and why I was having the issues that I had. So Bait, hopefully that answers your question because he says, when I first started getting into detailing, I bought those towels. I used a new one recently on soft paint and it also did not mar. I'm wondering if there's more to it than the blend, maybe the yarn. Yes, the yarn is a
That's
big key of
what
that.
I wanted to
You got to
address
remember that
part of.
like our 80-20 towels use AA grade yarn. Costco's, the Kirkland Signature 80-20 towels use like a C or D grade yarn, right? They're using a cheaper yarn quality. So yes, that has a lot of stuff to do with it. It also depends on the towels and where they're coming from. You can pick up 80-20 towels over at Walmart, but a lot of them you can see through.
Well, and the other thing to remember, folks, is yes, there is going to be some difference from one 80-20 towel to the next, just depending on the yarn, but also the products you're using with them. If you're dry wiping, you raise the likelihood that you're going to mar something, but if you're using some kind of product, how much lubrication it offers, there's a lot of variables. And of course, the amount of pressure that you're putting on there can drastically change the results. So I don't want people to get hung up on, well, if this, then this equals this. It's like, it's not a perfect scenario. The situation is different
Well, that's why I always
each
tell
time.
people have 70-30s, just so you never have to run into that issue.
Yeah, and that's
There's
why
no
you
reason
push
to
for
have,
that.
if you're going to use 80-20s, use them for interior towels. Don't make them paint safe. Use them for, coating removal, leveling towels,
wasn't it,
that
wasn't
kind
it
of thing.
Creature Edgelesses that saved you on the S2000 paint?
So
yeah.
Daniel posted from Facebook basically asking, so for those of you guys wondering, 70-30 to 80-20, basically 80-20 is what Josh said, 80% polyester, 20% polyamide is the makeup of a microfiber towel. 70-30 means 70% polyester, 30% polyamide. So an increase in polyamide, thereby increasing the softness and the absorbency of the towel. So Odd Gamer asking the question, what's the difference between a waffle pad color blue, black, white, and orange, and where should we use it? Depends on the manufacturer. So in terms of like what we've got right now, so orange in our Lake Country line is a medium cut polish slash polish pad.
Yeah.
Very good. Blue in our Lake Country line is a cutting pad, right? Black is a fine polishing pad in the Lake Country line, and white in the Force line is a cutting pad, but in the Rupes line, it is an ultra fine pad. So it really depends on
Big
the
difference.
manufacturer of the pad that you're using, Odd Gamer. You gotta not all pads are the same color, meaning the same combination. It depends on the manufacturer and how they utilize it.
Look for terms
So-
like cutting and polishing and finishing. Stuff like that is going to make a bigger difference in what color.
Yeah, they're
you see.
usually a more increased abrasive or less abrasive.
If we say a color, it's because we're specifically referring to a specific pad that we carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alkaline saying, I've been using boiled linseed oil and paint thinner mix 50-50 to restore trim. Do you guys have any experience using this? If so, how does it compare to other trim restoration products? You can use linseed oil and paint thinner. It's totally fine.
I remember I used to
There's a lot
stock
of
that
companies
stuff at Home Depot.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that still do that. I would just say Solution Finish would beat that in a long-term test.
Yeah.
Josh answering the question. It's a blended 80-20, so 80% polyester, 20% polyamide. Bait Addict. In my experience, I've seen using IPA wipe products like Eraser, Paint Prep, Panel Wipe without being extremely careful can mar paint. I see some people using it and applying a ton of pressure. That's the biggest key too, is pressure.
That'll do it.
A lot of people don't understand the amount of pressure that they physically are putting on the surface. And that's a big thing that people need to watch out for. Same reason that you got, like we said about claying. People are like, oh, you can't clay because you don't want to mar. Well, so I had a black minivan, and when I traded it in to get my red Camry, my van was corrected and coated. And I thought, you know what? Let's just give it a quick wash, clay, and wax to get all the gunk off of it, and then give it a quick wax, and then we'll just send it up to the dealership to turn in. Well, my guy, I said, hey, we're going to just do a quick wash, clay, and wax on the side. Well, he didn't hear me say wash and clay, or wax and clay. He just said wash and clay. So he walked over and grabbed a clay mitt and started pressing very hard on the rear quarter panel to clear it, to truly clay it like he was going to correct it. And I said, whoa, dude, I didn't want to polish this thing. Like, I just want to wash, clay, and wax, send it up. And he was like, crap. We had to pull out the polisher, repolish that fender, put a sealant on it, and call it good, because I now removed the coating, but whatever, I'm trading the car in.
Yeah.
But the rest of the car, he did a wash, clay, and wax on and had no marring issues. Yeah. So because his level of pressure and his muscle memory was different, he was able to, let the thing do the work. But he was getting it ready to actually like cut and polish. He put that force behind the surface. And yes, same thing with paint prep. A ton of people soak a car in paint prep and then they push really hard to try and wipe all that. Well, no, you spray it on, let it do its job, and then just wipe it off. That's all you got to do. You don't need to use any pressure. So,
no. And that was
follow-up. And then he says, wipe it over channel instead of letting the product residue flash. Have you guys experienced marring when prepping for coating using a prep? Always use Eagles, by the way. Only unless you fall into a trap where you've accidentally used a product where it's sticky, you waited too long to get it off, and that marring has caused you to move your hand a little farther. So,
yeah.
Motovlog, Uno Protect. Question. Did you guys try it with any other pads other than Rupes ones, specifically Lake Country or Zvizzer? I don't know if you have those in the U.S., though. If so, what's your experience? So, yeah, we've used them with Lake Country pads. Yep. We've used them with Buff and Shine pads. Honestly, I just really like the Rupes pads paired with it the best.
The Rupes yellow, so
the
versatile.
other one I use is the Buff and Shine Eurofiber pad. The maroon, not Eurofiber, Eurofoam.
Eurofoam,
right?
In maroon is another pad I use.
We have the Scott Mattern saying,
wrong one.
We're at Gorilla. A 70-30 towel will not going to mar soft Subaru paint while removing product from paint, even that they don't feel like a towel with longer nap.
Correct.
On a dry surface with enough pressure, it's still possible, but in normal circumstances, no, it should not.
Yep. Scott, I just finished a panel with microcut pad and M302 with the 30 RO12. This is what I was looking for. Great in every way. Awesome, man. Good. Enjoy it. Jamie the Cleaner, TRC Grand Ambassador, Year 3 All-Star. Think about it, Anthony.
He's trying to make up a new title here.
I'll think on it.
Bait Addict, Anthony and Levi. Try 22PL Glass Coat Clay. It's made with no abrasive and is intended for a coated surface and does not induce marring. Detailed Image sells it. Great for when chemical decon isn't enough. Good idea, man.
Well, I think that reaches the end of our list.
For a while.
Oh, man. Well, that's that.
7 minutes is all we got left, folks.
That's all we got left.
Well, Dane, could I introduce you in a Chip Ahoy?
No, definitely not.
Dane, what are you going to do for dinner tonight?
I haven't figured it out yet. Probably going to cook up some brats, little stone ground mustard, some brats, some little keto friendly.
Stone ground mustard, some brats, and maybe some sauerkraut?
I mean, I won't rule it out.
Nice.
Sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut is keto friendly. Yeah, and so basically there's plenty of ways, Dane, that you can enjoy a keto lifestyle.
Remember when Dane did keto the last time?
He lost
it actually
30
worked.
pounds.
I remember one day
I really needed
in,
to
I was
work
like,
again.
Who are you and what have you done with Dane?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he went all in, though.
He did.
He was doing bacon in the morning, eggs, he was eating breakfast.
He was meal prepping. Meat, sticks, and cheese for lunch.
Meat, sticks, and cheese for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
He was.
Well, let's see. We got Ken Jeeper here.
I was on Amazon, stumbled on a massive 9x6 blue sponge. from Suds Buds. Anyone seen or use it? We have not.
No, Ken, we haven't,
Hans
man.
Closen says, "Did you just skip my not cool?" Okay, sorry, Hans. Uno Protect works great with the Zviver pads.
Zvizzer.
George Zapata says, "Thank you so much for the info."
You're welcome, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks
and
for tuning in.
Gorilla says, "Have you thought about bringing tax system products now that nobody carries it in the U.S.?"
I know there's a lot of people who are fans of that stuff.
Yeah,
We haven't, so-
But we
used
haven't.
it, no.
Hans says, talking about, I'm eating Chinese food right now.
Wow. Do they have
Nice.
Chinese food in the Netherlands?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Do they? What else do they have over there?
Pretty
Regular-
much
pretty much all
anything
of
that
it.
you would.
Do you think they have like Islander food, right? Like,
sure they
do
do.
you have like an Islander sushi?
I feel
place
like this
here?
discussion is going to turn
Sure
problematic
they do.
somehow, some way, very quickly.
Oh,
So-
Alkali, do you guys have any plans to modify? Sorry.
Now there's a
Modify your
question.
cars further, or are they about where you
Are
want
you
them?
kidding me? I just
You
got
can't leave well
myself a
enough
Dodge
alone.
Ram
Project cars are
1500.
never done.
I just can't wait to throw a precision 6760 on that bad boy, right? Really up the
On the
boost.
318.
I just need to make sure that all of my valve cover
It'll hold
bolts
it.
are
It'll
I
tight.
was going to say, make sure that's all buttoned down first.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to do a new rear bumper and tire carrier option for the back of the Suburban.
Going to wrap that
Like a
front
swing
section
out.
on the front
I want
bumper.
to
Swing
wrap
out.
the front bumper. I'd like to be able to do a different front bumper, like a
Oh,
custom
you
front
do an
bumper.
exhaust. You need to let that V8
I do need to do.
breathe.
I need to do a new exhaust on it still.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably it for the Suburban. On the Elantra, I need new struts.
Yeah, that's kind of been a going thing
maybe
for
maybe I need to go
years now.
coilovers, big brake kit.
Oh,
I think Willwood brake
on the
kit.
Elantra. Oh my.
Camber kit on the front.
Stop
you
techs,
know,
maybe.
Yeah.
probably some stop tech brake system on all four corners. But first, I need to do a rear disc, pull off the drums, and go to rear disc.
Yeah,
so I
me
have discs
too.
on all four
Me too.
corners.
We both need to do that.
Pull that from a Tiburon or a GT Elantra. But that kind of stuff on there. And then maybe go find a 2.4 liter, pull it out of the junkyard, and do a turbo build that I can then drop into the Elantra.
because rally car?
Yeah, it's for fun.
Dane, what are you
Okay.
going to do?
Why not?
Well, I think I'm going to do some small aero tweaks. I want to get the bigger ducktail spoiler that came with the speed pack
Say, but it's
that Jaguar
$1,600,
offered on the
dude.
XKR. Probably want to add some deeper skirts on the sides,
You can
add
do
a
that. You can buy
diffuser
it
to the
$20
back.
on
Dane,
Amazon.
Replace
Made
the
out of
mirrors
rubber.
with carbon fiber mirrors, replace the hood scoops with carbon
do that with
fiber
wrap.
inserts, and get a nice big
Vinyl
chin
wrap
splitter
that,
down
too.
low on the
Whoa.
front there. I just want to add little tweaks of aggressive aero to kind
That's
of
not-
just
that-
get the look a
for a
little more
Jaguar,
aggressive,
that
but
sounds
still
like 20
classy.
grand.
I can't wait to put the aggressive aero package as well on the Elantra.
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
look sweet.
And then maybe someday when I'm absolutely rolling in dough, I'll ask who's our friend Trax over there to make me some custom headlights.
Oh, yeah.
Do some
sure
pretty
Travis
cool
would
stuff
love to
with
do
that. Maybe like a cat scratch claw, something cheesy like that. Maybe not, but I think it would
Like
look
the
kind of
Monster
cool.
logo.
Look
Just like the Monster Energy logo. Because Dane,
is
we
so
all know Dane
terrible.
loves
Oh
monsters.
no way, no way!
not good.
I would not do that. But no, I think like some LED DRL work on them could look kind of cool because it's a little pre that era being a 2011. But what about you? I think there was a follow up question that Alkaline specifically had for you, which was about the
He
Evo.
says, Anthony, are you going to do anything with the Evo, or is it your museum piece? So, fun fact, I'm actually always doing stuff to that car. I just don't talk about it. So, for example,
You took both front fenders off and cleaned the inside of the fenders.
Crazy,
And bolted
man.
them back
so
on.
what I typically do, so I will, while I still can, because Mitsubishi is going to has stopped making many
Yeah.
of the parts for the
Yeah,
Evo stuff.
you've been
So
stockpiling.
I have been stockpiling OEM parts, right, and replacing things and selling things as I go. So basically, if I can find, for example, this is going to sound crazy, the hood insulator, right?
Oh, yeah.
There is a foam hood insulator. It's like a foam cardboard, but it's
Yeah.
also your
Does it
it's
say
also your
Evolution on
vent,
it?
right? It's also your
Yeah.
vent, and it has all of the heat protection
Shield
and
and
everything, right?
stuff.
I ordered a whole new one of those, right? Brand new. Put that sucker in, right? And I have the old one that's in pristine
Turbski gets
condition.
hot.
But the new one, coated it in C5, basically started fresh from the beginning. Has no hard water spots on it. It's literally perfect. Took the other one, sold that one, and I only lost, I think, like $40, right? So I've been able to replace things and fix things and sell things for a small loss, right? But I'm getting all new OEM things that I can while things are fresh, right? So all the door pulls are brand new. All of the, I have a new lens for my dash, for my cluster, right?
Yeah.
That I need to put on, that's brand new. I have, God, you just keeps going. I have parts that are stacking up. I have a whole new, what's that called, that goes underneath your windshield on the front where everything drains off, your cowl, right? I have a whole new cowling thing because basically what ended up happening was I found out that my friends that have Supras, right, these parts that were once $50, $100, were now going for $1,200, $2,000, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Toyota started their heritage program where they started remaking old parts
bring
again.
those costs back
but
down.
basically, for a while there, people are fetching like car prices for parts.
Yeah.
Well, and some of those plastics become brittle over time, and it's like even if you're getting like a very lightly used one and somebody made you pay a fortune for it, it's not going to be as good as one of those like newly produced Toyota Heritage ones or something.
Apparently, like there's just certain things that you can just like flip for an insane amount of money. But anyway, so that's kind of what I've been doing.
Yeah.
So I've just been trying to fix things on it, but I'm still driving it. Drove it last weekend. I'm still, I'm just not doing anything to make it faster. There's no reason. Trust me, after driving a Dodge Ram 1500 and a Honda Civic, that little Evo there is fast enough.
So George says, what's the name of the headlights? That we're talking about Trax TRAX Customs. Han's saying TRC logo in the headlights, Dane.
He could do that. He literally could.
I know. He does like the
Alkaline
demonized
says
stuff.
he's got a number of minor parts he wishes he could find for the Land Cruiser so he gets where you're coming from. Karan Patel, when will we be seeing a video on the Koch Chemi product lineup? Specifically Microcut. We have a ton of videos.
I was
going to
say, actually,
website.
I want to point something out for people who are curious right now. In addition to the FAQ channel and all this other stuff, we also have videos that are specifically on the listings on our website.
Yeah, go to
you
the
will
listing
find
on the
videos
website.
that you won't find anywhere else that are us doing bits with the products, showing stuff because we didn't want to overload the main Rag Company channel with a bunch
go
of
on the ragcompany.com.
product specific, because we don't want people feeling like it's just a big ad all the time. Like that's not
So
fun.
pull up Microcut, look for
YouTube viewers.
Microcut on the Rag Company website, and there will
Watch
be
the product
pictures
video.
and a product video.
Yeah.
Guys, I have to run because I have to make a call to one of our grand ambassadors.
Oh,
so
my.
I'm going to pop out a little early. I'm going to let you guys finish the last couple of questions. Guys, thank you so much. I had a lot of fun, and I will see you guys next week. But
Okay, go
Levi,
make that
Dane.
phone call.
And then Karan also says, also do Koch Chemi products and compounds contain any solvents or VOCs? I tried searching this, but there isn't much info on their products. Thanks. Short of going to their website,
They have
pull
a
that
ton
up.
of
They
info,
should have a ton
in my
with their
experience.
SDSs and all that stuff. So all you got to do is go to Koch Chemi, their German website, and then translate it to whatever language you'd like and check it out. So,
Yeah. All right.
RC,
So,
say in the last question, top 3 rinseless washes and why? Great question. I'm not going to answer that. O&R, O&R, O&R.
that is the correct answer. Okay, so wrapping all this up, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And before we go, I gotta say it.
Oh,
you
Dane.
know what I'm
You're
gonna
killing
say.
me, baby.
That's
You're
right.
killing
The
me.
Rag Company
FAQ.
Frequently Asked Questions channel, FAQ channel. It's a thing. It's separate from the Rag Company main YouTube channel, and you should go there and click subscribe. Turn that subscribe button that's red right now into subscribed.
There you go.
Add that D.
Yep.
All right.
Hans,
so,
enjoy your Chinese food.
and yeah, from all of us here at TRC, thank you so much. We'll catch you next time. Adios.
See ya.